Spectators, welcome to Spirits of the Game.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, where we play D&D and so do you. I am your spirit master and you, my captive, fated audience. I will be lurking in chat, so keep an eye out if you wish to participate in the fun.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Woo.
Give it up for that guy.
Yeah. All right. You get.
Okay.
Yeah. You get. You're done. You're done. All right. Welcome everyone back to Spirits of the Game. So, we pick back up. Last time, our heroes came to the village of Two Nights Rest, a town where children have been mysteriously disappearing in the kingdom of Syl. They met a couple of friendly faces. Franz, the monk, wearing his multicolored shawl, Drake and Nat, the local lumberjack, and his daughter, and a couple other faces later on. After a bit of squabbling, meeting, and some hiding in bush shenanigans, they entered the Temple of Nelon and were attacked by swarms of ravens that turned into black pools of goo and then transformed into strange, red, malevolent spirits. After this combat, Varia and Nat were on death's door, but luckily were helped by the local halfling population of Bert, Mork, and Rack. From Franz, they learned about this particular magical orb that they rescued from inside the temple, called the Orb of the Spirit Caller, an ancient artifact that's said to summon an army of spirits. Our heroes have now made their way to the entrance of the nearby forest, just off of Drake's property. And we pick back up. I will remind you all that you're just on the corner of Drake's property, peering into this sort of archway of twigs that forms this small sort of portal into this forest for you.
How do you play this game? So I take it that I would be leading the way, right? Because it was Bogarth that remembered and saw this.
You can be. That is.
I do.
You are. Great.
And I'm
Yes.
looking for
Excuse for minis?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we can.
Oh yeah.
They're all over the place. We'll do that in a second.
Well, so I'm definitely in front then. I don't know who'd be.
Okay, we're doing this now. Let's go.
I figured we would just verbally make the marching order.
Okay, so we got Bogarth. Then who else is up?
I'll follow Bogarth.
Okay.
Varia's falling behind. Who wants to go after Varia?
I'll go after Varia.
Ooh, Nereus making some money moves on Varia. Killian, you're ready? Next.
We're taking up the rear, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Blind in the darkness.
Oh right.
Just like hand
Just
on
hold our
shoulder,
hands.
like
Yep.
hello.
Like on the back of your little trench coat, hanging.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna take that as this. Lovely.
The teenager can protect us. Don't worry, guys.
Yes, very clearly.
Wait, you're a teenager?
As far as you know. Maybe not.
Sorry, I just.
Answer.
You look older than I guess you are.
You yell back from in the front
You
of the
look
line.
older in this light.
What?
Anyway.
So, as Bogarth leads our party into this small little portal, it dips down into the earth. So the entrance to this little archway of twigs is about 4 feet tall and progressively gets a little bit smaller to the point where you're all sort of like on your hands and knees, sort of crawling through this dark little passageway. It goes into the ground to the point where it's almost totally like a tunnel. Just a little bit of like twig and foliage lets in barely just enough light to see. Inside, it is damp, moist, and dark. You get your face in these moldy leaves. There's a tension in the air as you can hardly see in front of you. When you finally come, after a good couple minutes of crawling, Bogarth, your head like pops up out of the earth. Yep, exactly. And you look around. A dim light finally greets you as the undergrowth constricting your movements finally gives way. Before you is a clearing. The smell of damp leaves is replaced by mud. You see the dead floor that should blanket the ground seems to be swept up into a pile. In front of you, there are 2 thin branches that stick straight upright out of the ground, about 4 feet apart from one another. Directly across from one, on the other side of the clearing, is a large rock with another upright branch roughly 4 feet away from its base. Tucked next to this rocks you see a worn brown leather ball. There are several small tracks that have created brown, murky puddles in the mud around this clearing. As your eyes look at these reflections in the puddles, you look up and you can see faint blue and green balls of light fading in and out throughout the visible nearby forest. You all come into this clearing. Your boots get a little bit muddy.
Well, not mine.
My boots were already muddy, I'm sure.
I'm barefoot.
You feel like that good feeling when you like put your feet in the mud and it like seeps up through your toes. You're like, ooh,
Feels right.
Barefoot.
Like home.
Is it super quiet in this little space, or?
You hear just the gentle sounds of like wind, the light rustling of leaves. Nothing is particularly jumping out to you as like large, important sounds.
Those balls of light, are those things that any of us would have seen before?
If you would like to roll perception or history for me to try to get a better gander at them.
Anybody?
Anybody, yeah, anybody's welcome to.
I would love
Open
to
roll,
perceive.
open roll,
Perhaps I
everybody.
have read about it in one of my books.
Ooh.
I have not.
History or perception?
That's what
Yeah,
okay.
basically you're either rolling history to try and like see if you remember or have seen them before, have heard something about these creatures, or perception to sort of get a better view of them physically. So, I'll go on this side.
17.
17 for
History.
history. Great.
I perceive 19.
You perceive
I
19.
sure do.
15 for perception.
15%. So history, perception.
Also 15 perception.
Also 15 perception.
11 history.
11 history. Okay. So the folks of you, those of you are three lovely folks who have you chose to try to look at these a little bit closer. You see they look like they're almost like the flickering flames of, say, a candle. Slowly fading in and out. You can see when the light that is either blue or green, depending on which one you're looking at, when it fades out, there's just barely the visage left of a small little ball rotating.
Is it the same color as my lantern? And the lantern a little?
Probably the green ones, yeah.
Okay.
For Killian, you have definitely seen these before growing up. Generally referred to as wisps. There is, the jury is sort of out on whether wisps are positive or negative. They tend to be seen around places of what one might consider spiritual or religious relevance. They are thought to either light the way towards your demise or help lead you back home. Bogarth, you're trying to sort through your memories of what you've seen before and like if this is something you remember. And you've definitely seen pretty lights like these in the forest before.
Okay. Great.
But you don't remember like what they were called. You think they might be bugs. Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, as you sort of begin, those of you who also rolled perception, you notice that towards the edge of the clearing, it like where you came in through this little like hole, you can see there appears to be in the mud. As long as I don't drop my laptop, it looks like some of the mud has been like evenly and smoothly like pushed and moved towards the edge of the clearing, towards this grassier area. We see bunches of mud pulled off, almost like something has been dragged away. You also see among the tracks themselves, you see lots of small tracks. You also see what looks to be sort of four-fingered handprints in the mud, along with what appear to be several more adult-sized footprints.
Hate it.
I think we should tread carefully. It's been a while since I've seen wisps, but could be dangerous.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yes.
I just thought they were pretty.
They are pretty, but I mean, it's all I can really see, so
We should. We should.
discern these are wisps.
Oh, that's fine.
For those of us who don't have dark vision, this area is considered to be in dim light.
Okay.
So you can see like 15 feet around you ish. It's just as like kind of like if you have the moon high in the sky, it's a little hard to see, that sort of thing.
I forget, for those of us with dark vision,
Yep.
is dim light basically just considered
Yep.
normal?
Yep,
Okay.
it is.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I'm gonna look at the four-fingered handprints in there. I'm gonna be like, Gertie, can you show me your hand, please? And I count the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't look right. I think it's missing something.
Yeah, can we see what these, with the four-fingered, can I come help Nereus?
Yeah, come here,
Yeah,
come here.
if one of you wants to roll investigation with advantage.
I'll like put my hand up to it and be like, yeah,
While they're doing that,
I will, oh, sorry.
I'm gonna set an alarm behind us from where we came in.
Okay, can you remind me of the specifics of alarm? Because
Yes.
I have not used that spell in a long time.
So I set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. A door, a window, or an area within range larger than
Yep.
until the spell ends. An alarm alerts me whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. Whenever I cast the spell, I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm, and it will be audible from my alarm.
Okay, and that's just, there's no like range on that, it's kind of indefinite, right? Great.
Yes, sorry, within 1 mile.
Within 1 mile. Great. Perfect. Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
Otherwise, it's just audible from the alarm itself, and we're not able to hear it. So, but yeah, I'll set it behind where we came in through the foliage.
Yeah.
Targeting all of us.
Yeah.
For and the wisps around for not.
Oh,
setting off.
not setting off. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to give any sort of physical description of what this transformation looks like in terms of setting up this alarm?
So you guys see me, pull out a couple of little tiny stones that are in my pocket and a wire, and I start tying them up and creating almost like a tripwire area. And then I hold it for a while and touch my arm, and then stop. It takes about a minute. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So Killian's setting that up while Varia and Gertie and Nereus are all taking a look at these handprints. What'd you roll for investigation?
18.
18. Great. You said you wanted to add something in there, or?
I was going to, but I didn't do it before, so it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. It's all good. I'll get there eventually.
Nereus, as you're exploring this handprint, you notice something strange fall out of your bag.
What
A
is...
curious orb, somehow familiar.
What is this?
I'm assuming, right?
Nearest.
Nereus, never mind. I can't hear.
Nereus, Ryan.
You're right. Wherever you are.
He's for me.
Great. Yes.
Wait, didn't Gertie have that? Did you
It must
drop
have
it?
moved into the bag
That's so
somehow.
What the heck?
odd. Huh. I don't remember putting that in there.
Like getting all slimy.
Yeah, Nereus kind of holds it, and there's like this
Like Vaseline on the
fish
glass.
goof.
Vaseline.
Not sponsored.
Yet.
Oh, sorry.
It's just...
Yes. So, Nereus, Varia, and Gertie. Observing this sort of handprint, you notice that it seems to have. You quickly discern from the lack of the fifth finger, and in it also because there appears to be another knob in the fingers, that this does not appear to be any sort of humanoid hand. It appears to be. Gertie, you would definitely have this knowledge, where you can see, based on how the foot lands, the thumb of this hand appears to be supporting weight, indicating to you that either this was a creature that normally walks on its front hands, or their feet.
So a two-legged something, or a two-armed something.
Something. It's very descriptive.
Does it
He's fine.
does it look like a paw print at all of an animal, or
It doesn't look like a paw print per se. There's no pads that would indicate in the mud that it's like a dog or a cat. It looks like human hand like, but again, there are those distinct features that make it different.
just a knob? Okay.
Yeah, you do see, sort of inspecting these, that a lot of these tracks, while you can kind of see them around, the the newest ones, the ones that are deepest set in the mud, appear to sort of lead off towards the south of where you are currently.
Smith.
How do you do that for my own? Anyways.
Can I try to see? So we're here to try to find these children that went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than looking at tracks, can I look up in the trees at all? Does it look like there's any like swatches of clothing that got stuck on branches? Like, is there any indication that there has been any like people walking through or like?
Yes. From where you're currently standing, you're looking just straight up at the trees. Looking around, the tree cover here seems pretty typical of what you would expect of this region, of like not necessarily like pine or spruce trees, but more of like the style of like oak or birch, sort of creating this larger like almost canopy, but again, there's so many holes, it does let light through, but it is, I remind you all, it is nighttime at this point. Looking, it is hard to see, but the wisps give enough of a glow that you can't, you don't make out any like shreds of clothing or anything like that from this particular location.
When we were first getting into the clearing, you mentioned some rocks near like some sticks where the wisps were. Is that right?
So let me repaint this picture for you because I know you're. I need to really set up. So when you came in front of you, there was one like branch or pole sort of stuck straight up out of the mud, and then 4 feet across from it, like if you were continuing in your line of sight, there's another one. Directly across from that, about 15 to 20 feet, there is a large rock with then another branch sticking up that's 4 feet away from it, running perfectly parallel, along with this like brown leather ball.
I would love to try to just kind of creep up and grab the rock for my friend Killian.
The rock.
The big
leather ball.
That's no. I thought you said there was a rock.
There's a rock. For size reference, you could definitely pick up the rock, Bogarth, but it's like this big.
It's not a rock.
It's perfect. That's exactly what he wanted. I will try.
Yeah. What's your strength score?
It's not good.
What's your strength score?
8.
Oh, roll athletics to try to reach beyond your means.
Oh, that's real good. That is 18.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're definitely like holding it close to your chest, your like legs are kind of shaking, but you're able to sort of like get it put onto your center of gravity so you can kind of walk around. Your feet start really sinking in the mud though, especially without like any kind of boots. You try to like splay your toes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do this, I do one of these.
But you're like definitely kind of like sinking a little bit.
Increase my surface area.
Yeah, it helps, but you're still sinking a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm just doing what I can to get there. How far is he at this point?
Like 15
At the back
feet
of the
away.
line.
You can.
To Killian?
Yeah. At first, Bogarth, everything seems okay. Like, you're like, I can do this. After about like the 7-foot marker, you're like, okay, I need to pick up this pace. But then your feet are like, and it's like just sticking to your feet. You're like, oh gosh, it's making it so much harder.
Am I still making progress?
You're making progress. You do make it to Killian with everyone else as onlookers at this spectacle now. But like out of breath, like arms like in pain. God! Oh!
I'll be able to. I mean, I can roll athletics for you if you want, but.
Yeah.
Killian! Is this what you wanted?
This will do nicely, thank you. And
Yes!
I'll put it down.
Yes! Would you say that I did you a favor, a good deed?
You did, thank you.
And then Bogart.
Can I?
Oh no.
Sorry, go.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna. Bogarth is gonna run over to Varia.
Who is familiar with these antics and is not paying attention at all.
Varia.
As he's bounding over, the three of you are still like kind of inspecting one of these tracks and just straight up steps into it.
Oh, Bogarth did not walk over the tracks. The tracks that are here on the ground, we have to follow them.
Oh, was that the only one?
No.
Oh, okay.
But what if it was?
I did someone a favor.
At least he's
Yes,
excited.
you sure did.
You have to sign it.
Okay, fine. I'll sign it.
This is so cute. I love this. Anyways.
Where is it?
While they're
right
there
here.
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can I attempt to shatter the rock by hitting it multiple times? Try to
Yeah,
make it smaller, a bunch of smaller rocks.
Yeah.
And that's good for
make
today, I
make
think.
an unarmed strike or weapon attack, however it works with your arm.
good for
I
now,
don't
because
remember off
that's
the top of my
the only thing
head.
It's just a basic unarmed attack right now.
Thank you, baby.
Even though it is my arm.
You're welcome, Bogart.
Unarmed arm attack.
16 damage. So 16 to hit, and then
Yeah, 16 definitely hits.
Hits the rock.
Hits the rock.
Stationary rock.
3 damage. I can keep just doing it over.
Yeah. You can eventually like work your way through. It's sort of like if you've ever like tried to like break a rock with like another bigger rock. It's like, or like they're similar size. It's like slow progress at first, and definitely you like feel it up through the bones in your arm. But you
The lack of bones.
Lack
in
of
your
bones.
arm.
yeah.
Well,
You feel it into
Stronger
your
bones.
skeletal structure wherever your arm is cemented.
Yeah.
You know.
I've got impact guards, but it's still.
It's still like it hurts your shoulder a little bit. You're like, ooh, whew. But you again eventually break it up into small like shard-like pieces as opposed to like pebbles. They're all sharp. But
Perfect. I'll take 3 or 4 of those.
yeah, you are happily able to.
After
Well,
signing off on the list, may I go over to the leather ball and see if I can inspect that a little and see what that's
Yeah.
all about?
You can roll investigation.
I'd like to roll. It's not going to be very good.
It's a ball.
It's a hot 6.
A hot 6. Ooh, a hot 6, not a cold 6. Might I remind you.
Does that change anything?
Yeah.
So with you pick up the ball, and it feels not heavy per se, but you can definitely feel like that it's heavy enough that you can feel sort of that there's more of some kind of substance, probably something downy or cloth-like inside.
Does it look beat up?
It looks very well loved.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just put it back down.
Did you
Okay.
say Downy?
Like down.
Oh, like down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sponsored. Anyway.
As opposed to uppy.
Yeah.
Uppies.
That's why it's on the ground.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Using your big boy brain now.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're following these tracks, right?
Guys, yeah, we should follow the kid tracks to see, if we can find the children.
Then let's go.
Well,
Are
but
we
do you
going?
think
We're following the tracks that you stepped in, Bogarth.
But there were more.
Hopefully.
You said that there were, right? I didn't ruin everything, right?
No.
We'll be
you can
fine.
see better than I can. I mean, let's follow the little tracks.
Yeah.
Just help
I
us.
mean, they obviously go in that direction, guys. So let's.
Okay, well, help us look for some. Let's go.
Great. Let's do it.
All right.
Wonderful. Can I get someone to roll survival to track the tracks?
Me.
I
I got it.
Oh, ooh, okay.
I am
Yeah.
Come on, Ranger.
tinkering with my arm. as I walk.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you have some kind of like tracking feature or something?
I am proficient in survival,
Are
and
we in your favorite tree?
She took the optional
And
things.
not the.
yeah.
Which-
Love
So
I
that's
think-
a
alternate ranger.
5.
You know, I'm proficient in walking,
Was
but
it a
sometimes I
nat
trip.
one?
So.
Oh.
Don't quite think it's...
Could anybody assist? If we're all looking together.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps.
Did you do canny for? Oh, but you probably for a different skill. That's probably what you did. Okay. Yeah. So, Gertie,
Doesn't sound promising.
Not good.
the kind of tracking you're familiar with is definitely in a much more arid climate. You're not used to mud, but definitely something this well like vegetated and this much flora is a little bit trickier for you. You end up there's at one point where you feel like you're like, did I take a right already? I think I'm gonna take another. And you you realize at this point you have lost the tracks. However, you find yourself in a bit of a different area. In front of you appears to be sort of a thicker tree than the rest. Along with around it, you see flat stones and wooden poles that have been propped up against one another and tied over portions of turned earth. As you look over the dozen or so markers, you realize that you are standing in a graveyard.
Oh, well,
You
this
see, you
right
see
up your
in
alley.
front, the smell that hits your nostrils here is like that earthy, like you've just dug something smell. That sort of dirt, earthy,
Oh,
damp
no.
smell, along with something a lot more rancid
The
and
children.
irony.
May I?
Not iron.
May I use? I don't remember if I used it last time, but the Eyes of the Grave to sort of open my awareness to detect undead within 60 feet of me.
Within 60 feet?
So I'll just kind of close my eyes and like sink my toes into the mud. I would prefer it to be like
Do you take your
dry
shoes off?
earth. Yeah, I do.
The
grounded.
earth here is definitely harder than previously because there is vegetation. Those roots are holding the dirt together. It's not the same kind of muddy environment that you were in previously.
Gotcha.
So it's not. I wouldn't say it's like dusty, dry dirt, but it is harder. So that your feet like don't sink into it like mud.
But I would dig them in as much
Yeah.
as I could, like into the sand.
Like
sort of.
do a little shimmy.
Yeah.
Shimmy 'em in.
Exactly. and then sort of like, you see this little like ever so slight like fog on the ground that just kind of goes out for a little, just to see what's out within 60 feet of me.
Yeah. So there, yeah. Opening your senses to what's around you. Trying to find this source of undead. You can tell that there is. What are the specifics that I have to give you?
The location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic. Doesn't
that
tell
isn't
you.
behind total cover.
Hmm.
See, there's the important part.
Is
I mean,
the
I would
ground-
be. Well, okay, it's only for 6 seconds, but like, if in that
Yeah.
6
So
seconds,
I'm gonna
I could, like, walk
I'm gonna
forward.
stretch the ability of this spell real quick here,
I'll take it.
or this feature.
Rule of cool.
Real cool. You don't detect directly any undead,
Okay.
but there is. It's not your nostrils, but sort of like expanding yourself out, and this like feeling, this vibration, this shiver that goes up your arm. Something here to you smells dirty, smells necromantic.
Speaking of necromancy, as you cast yourself out into the world around you, you notice almost a heightened attunement to the magic in the air. All of you do. All of you get a +1 enhancement to your Arcana skill checks, courtesy of the spirits.
Thank you, spirits.
Thank you, spirit.
Thank you.
that mean
As
that
you
this
all
is-
feel your third eye open to the elements, you all feel, for some of you it's familiar, for some of you it's the first time, this familiar like warm hum, and like hear it in your chest, connecting you to the orb. As you sort of make your way around, Killian, just doing some general inspecting, you see the tree, the sort of like central tree here, that there is some sort of furry red mass next to it, sort of on the far side. For the rest of you sort of looking around, you can gauge, there's probably about a dozen or so graves here.
Great.
And at this point, while Varia has been sort of sending her feelers out and exploring the area that way, just sort of like walking around loosely, not getting too far, but just like, kind of using your eyes, you see that some of these graves, about 5 of them, appear to have been unearthed recently.
Hey guys, is that? I'll point up at the red mass.
Yeah, it's not in the tree, it's on the ground,
Oh,
like
on the
next to
ground.
the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Am I seeing something or is that real?
Is it moving?
I mean,
Well, that's there.
I can't see in the
It
dark
doesn't appear
either.
to be moving.
like not
But
moving
it's
or
it's
anything?
hard. It's hard to see from where you're at, but you don't see any like direct like crazy movement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak up to get a closer look.
Okay, roll stealth. Does anyone else want to do anything while he's doing this?
I would like to peek into one of the unearthed graves, figure out what the heck went wrong.
In there,
So-
like look over it.
Quick question.
Yeah.
While we were
Oh my
walking, I
God.
was tinkering and stuff. Would I have
Yeah.
been able to infuse my arm in that time?
Yeah. Yeah. What is the requirement that it needs to be like a short rest, or is it just?
I just pick 4 things to infuse and then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
infuse
No,
them,
you
so-
can absolutely. In that time, you could be sort of like feeling the tension building and sort of like quickly like open the hatch. However you do that.
My thinking of it was like I just kind of busted it up on the rocks. I wanted to repair it.
Oh,
make it
yeah.
a little better.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I like the flavor. I like the flavor.
So-
So tasty.
Umami.
All right.
No, it's
What'd you roll for stealth?
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Sneaky
Um,
this time.
It was the
Yeah.
feet coming up.
As Bogarth apparently army crawls through the.
Look, I rolled a dirty 20. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. No. Very, very clear. I'm not. You. You all see why bugbears are such a feared force of creature. Where you can see the hair that still remains on Bogarth's body. The colors with sort of like the dappling of the light, while we are in a sort of unusual light sense with the wisp light here, it almost looks like he's just laying flat. He almost looks like just a pile of moss or brush.
Why did you say
But
the hair I
combed.
still have like I'm
'Cause
just losing
balding.
it?
No, you're not balding, but like you're like you have like your scars and a brand which
That's
specifically.
just on the sigil, man.
I know, but they specifically don't have hair. Bogart Canuck has a bald spot. That'd be so funny. Anyways, that's not
It's on
true.
my
That's
back.
not real.
My lower back.
Yeah.
Birthmark.
Oh. Anyways, focusing back up. Bogarth, as you're sort of making your way over there slowly, you can sort of gander a look into one of these graves. You see something that is not unusual for the countryside, where there is no box to this person. There is no there's any wrapping that's there is very loose. It's very much like they put the body in and they shovel it over. You can see from the corpse you see inside, it is
What is there?
mostly like it's not masticated, but it's emaciated, where it looks like the fat has begun to decay away. You can see more of the bones. The eyes don't look fully there.
Does it look like it has been there a long time?
It does look like it has been there a long time. The one thing you do notice is that it is only the torso and head. The arms and the legs are not attached. They are not in the grave.
Okay.
It's nothing to whine about, but.
Boy, I sure wonder how this guy died.
Bogarth, as you get closer, this smell of like rancid meat assaults your senses.
No.
There's like a certain heat of decay as it like hits your nostrils, and like you feel it on your face. As you look, it appears to be it appears to be some sort of furry creature. You gander. It's a larger one. It's definitely not like a rabbit. You know, it's you know, if it was on our table, it'd take up most of the table. But it's been like, it looks like 2 large portions of its torso have just been ripped from it. Would
Like,
you,
what does it look like the important parts have been ripped out of it? Does it look dead?
roll survival for me.
And do better than I did.
I'm gonna use my spirit inspiration that I got from last session.
Thanks, spirits.
Otherwise, it'd be a natural one.
Oh my
That's
god.
something you roll.
We are not surviving today.
It's still not great. But like that's a 10.
A 10? Okay, yeah. So looking at this, looking at these two like chunks, you from your time as a child, it's a sort of familiar sight of like when you were biting into a raw rabbit. There are teeth marks. Two sets of like 2 bites effectively look like they have been taken from this creature, and they're not small. They are very big.
Bigger than I would assume a bugbear would make.
Oh
right?
yes, much bigger.
It's not familiar to me in that sort of sense. It's just reminding me of more feral times.
Yes, more feral times. Yeah, these bites are huge.
Oh.
Are the legs and arms anywhere to be found around the grave?
Roll investigation. Anyone else want to be participating?
I want to try and find an orb, a little wisp. I want to try touch it.
Okay.
Touch it.
Okay.
So Nereus, what you immediately notice is as you get close to these wisps, they start to drift away.
Oh.
I am also going to use my spirit
You
inspiration.
could
I want
perhaps.
to chase. Lightly
Do I
jog
get- it's
behind
just-
one
I
of
get to
those.
read
It sort of like picks up
And if
pace.
it's worse,
Oh.
it's worse.
You could maybe try to sneak up
a
on
lot
it.
better.
Okay.
No, you
can
can
I
take whichever one.
do I roll for that?
Yeah, you can
So it's
roll.
just advantage.
Did I see someone else pipe up?
I would. Sorry.
If I see Nereus get too far, I'm gonna just be like, Nereus, don't go too far. Come on.
Both of us are.
honey, no. stay where Mom can see you.
Clan.
I'm not responding to Nereus. I'll only respond to Farius from now on. I rolled a 17 to sneak up.
You know it's good when everybody just like.
I have your guys' pins in my brain. Give me a second. Yeah, so you are able to get closer than you did previously. You can see these sort of these creatures that you did not see before previously. They do appear to have some semblance of eyes.
Oh,
Not like human, like grotesquely realistic eyes, but like
just googly eyes.
no. But like sort of these like hollow, darker outlines that would indicate sort of eyes. And so as you like begin to like get closer, you sort of get on the ground. There's not really a good place to be out of vision, especially because they also provide light directly off of them.
right.
It does flip around. Its eyes do see you before you get like too close.
Okay.
But you see its eyes go sort of like and then like boogie its way away. It's the Monster Mash, guys.
It's frightful little chap.
The Wisp Boogie. All right. I had 2 pins over here. You're looking for
Investigation to find the limbs.
limbs. Yes. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19 with my spirit inspiration.
Okay. Nice. Thanks, spirits.
Thanks,
Let's go.
Seriously.
Let's go.
So, Varia, you also sort of recruit Killian's help into this. Just like, hey, can you like help me like look around?
Yo, I need you.
You're an expert in arms, right?
He's my arm guy.
You sort of begin like looking around, like turning over some dirt, seeing if anything's like fallen in bushes. And Killian, you kind of start participating and helping, and you look in another one of these dug up graves just to see if it has like fallen in there, if there's maybe like a pile of these things. And then you both begin to pick up on a trend. All of the corpses that are in the open graves, none of them have their arms or legs.
I think somebody might be collecting arms.
Hey guys, are these
Lost it once, I ain't losing it again.
are these torsos like child-sized are they adult-sized torsos?
Most of them seem to be adult-sized torsos.
Oh, I didn't even
Very
think about
good.
that.
Some of them are
Dead adults, who cares?
smaller. Roll medicine for me.
I will come up to the side of Gertie and put my hand on her arm and be like, hey, I'm gonna help you out on this. And
Thanks.
I take my hand away, but like a little sort of spectral bony hand is still there, and I cast guidance.
So
Let's go.
Guidance
Oh,
bot.
a D4.
I forgot I had it until the end.
Most
Um,
powerful
guidance.
cantrip in the game.
Ooh, the
What?
complete opposite of last time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This you said nature, medicine.
Medicine.
Medicine. So that's a 24.
So, yeah. You
Nope,
feel
it's 23.
Oh
big
man.
difference. Oh, you missed it by one.
DC was
So,
25.
Gertie, you feel like you're almost like there's a sort of spectral hand sort of pointing and guiding your eye. You have in some negatives of your life, you have seen several creatures and people die, and you've had to bury folks before. You've seen people who have been left to the wild and their bones left where they are. You've been able to pick up on when you're like herding cattle, what kind of creature is around based on what marks their teeth have left on the bones.
Gertie's been through it.
Yeah.
Like, she's seen stuff.
Jeez, I guess.
You, looking at a couple of these different corpses, you see no external signs of any sort of trauma or like lacerations. The only thing you can sort of see is that you sort of briefly like one of the corpses' lower jaws is missing. You sort of see in the back of the throat, and it seems to be so much worse off than the rest of the decaying body. Like it is disintegrated first. You gauge that probably this is these individuals probably died by some sort of illness or some sort of like respiratory related issue. You also can tell that the smaller torsos that are there are definitely like halflings versus children. It's just the way their bones are set are a little bit stouter and more firm, whereas unfortunately you know that child's bones tend to be much more cartilagey and unfinished.
Guys,
Cartilaginous, thank you. Thank you, Spirit Master, for keeping me honest.
Spirits get inspiration.
How does that work? Anyways,
The spirit thesaurus.
yes.
I worry about the way that these people look like they died, in that Gertie Jr., my child, was ill, and a malevolent had come and taken the soul out of my poor Gertie Jr. And these bodies look like maybe it could be a similar cause of death. It's I would be very aware of what's around us. It's looking not too good.
Sorry, Gertie.
I didn't know that, Gertie.
Put my metal arm on your shoulder.
Like,
You're like, oh.
It was a malevolent?
I mean, that's what I've been tracking this entire time, just trying to figure out just exactly what did this to my poor Gertie Jr. Gert.
So dirty.
Okay, so we have sort of followed the tracks here, but there's nothing else like moving. We have the dead furry body over here. We have the
Well,
open
I'm still
graves.
trying to
Oh,
check
I'm
it
sorry.
out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Bogart. Sorry, that pin took a lot longer.
Oh, it's fine.
Remind me, catch me up to speed.
All I would like to do. So I've come up to the creature. I noticed bite marks that seem very beast-like. I guess what Bogart would want to do here is just kind of listen and just see if whatever did this is still nearby. And if there isn't anything, I would probably try to regroup with everyone.
Roll perception.
Okay. 6.
Passive.
Oh, 13.
13. So, yeah, you what you notice is you sort of start listening, and your eyes sort of wander on the sort of side of the of this animal that's facing the ground, you see what appears to be sort of like bunched up clumps of mud. And you can see that the grass looks like it's all been pushed over from the direction it appears to have been drug from. You also hear faintly to the south. You swear you can hear just faintly a.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get a little closer and see if I can.
Let me also lay this out. So the deer itself is on the east side of the.
Wow!
I'm so bad at secrets, guys. It's on the east side of the tree. You hear the sort of soft crying from the south, which is back where the rest of your party is currently.
And of course, because I'm from the wilderness, I just know it's a deer. Instinctively.
This animal, this creature's carcass, this furry creature's carcass with hooves.
It may
We love
behoove
you,
you to
Ryan.
know.
It behooves you.
This cloven creature.
I'm gonna go back to the party.
You do that.
I do it.
You are back, yeah.
Is everything okay over there?
Hey, okay. And you'll see me just kind of crawl out of the brush. Hey, guys. Sorry, I cut your leg. It's a joke. Okay.
Too soon, Bogart. Too soon.
I won't lose another one!
It's him.
You'll stand up and sort of...
He's the one who's getting the legs and arms.
Well, I am a malevolent, I guess. No, I'll stand up and I'll just say, yeah, the thing you saw is dead. Super dead. But whatever killed it was also pretty big, I think. It took a couple big chomps out of it.
Well,
I don't know if it's still here. I didn't hear it, but I did hear possibly a deer. Who knows? It could have been a deer. Just kind of out in that direction too. So I'm wondering if it is still here and I'm just not perceiving it.
well, let me give me a minute and I'll make sure if anything comes back this way, we'll know.
But we have to be sneaky.
Sneaky.
It was huge.
And
It was like
We can be
these were
sneaky.
like the chomps were that big. It was huge.
I like look in yours and like, and we should stick together.
It's fine.
You guys are gonna kill us.
all I'm saying is that it would probably eat that one. Really, like just in one bite.
And why's that, Bogart?
What? Furious is smaller than the rest of us.
behind?
I thought it was obvious.
Okay, fair.
I guess you were all kind of small to me. For,
Yeah.
It's fine.
Resent that.
All I'm saying is that it's scary. Be careful. I will protect you.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. It is what a gentleman would do.
Yes.
I'll spend a minute doing another alarm around the graves.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can definitely do that.
Designated
I do it.
Wisps and all of us again.
Yes.
Killian, as you're setting up, you notice a faint kind of click and whir in your arm. It feels good. It feels better, actually. A faint glow tells you the spirits have granted you an inspiration.
Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, spirits.
Yeah, as we have learned, that spirit inspiration is actually very impactful. Yes.
Well, okay, so
So are
then,
we heading over?
I mean,
Please.
if we're going to do that, we have to be very sneaky.
Very sneaky.
Very sneaky. Because I really do think it might be still here.
Cool. Then let's do it.
I would quietly like to load my bow just in caseies.
Yeah. Finger on the trigger kind of a deal.
Exactly,
Yeah.
just-
I feel you.
Would you like a crossbow in the meantime?
All right, come along, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Through here.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Bogart just like jumps in the dark.
I will quietly walk.
Yeah,
Normal walking
behind.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
sticking to sort of the brush, the foliage,
Yeah.
like trying to stay out of obvious lines of sight. Whereas Bogarth is
Yeah, I do a
slithering.
Call of Duty Black Ops dolphin dive.
Yeah.
Freaking drop shotters.
It's just meta, man.
He's not a camper.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Adapt.
Anyway,
While we're walking as well, not so quietly, there's going to be a loud clink, 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 and I'll pull out one of the rocks and be ready to catapult. When it comes.
Yes.
heck
you do the winding thing.
Yeah, it winds up and then it unwinds. That's all.
Yeah. nice.
Just walking around like this.
There are
Well,
trees.
it comes
So,
back
so let
down
me also
again.
clarify. You are trying to follow
like an action figure.
the sound of the crying, correct?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Okay.
and it is around from what Bogarth was experiencing.
It is sort of back from whence you came because you basically did a big U-turn.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to make that clear, but I think I
Okay.
put too many embellishments into it. It wasn't very clear. But basically, you guys were headed south and ended up accidentally heading back north, but more of like a northwest sort of dealio.
Okay. So it would be going back.
Yes, but that is where there are cries.
Then we
And where
go.
there are cries, a gentleman must
Are
go.
there trees? There are trees, right?
Yeah, there are
Okay.
trees like all around.
Can I roll like athletics to climb up a tree and kind of get like an overhead view of what's? Can I see anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh dear me. Oh, and I have a -1 on athletics too. That's a 3.
Slimy.
I'm too slimy and wet.
Could I perchance put him on my arm?
He's not that small. I still think he'll get eaten in one bite, but he's not that small.
Are you 5 pounds?
Yeah. So, Nereus,
You think you're skinny?
Nereus, you, as Bogarth is leading the way, you're moderately familiar with like a scout information. You're like, yeah, this is a good thing to do. I should get a better vantage point. But typically you do that by swimming.
Right.
So you're like, all right, easy peasy. And you're like, I just have to you're used to guiding yourself up, and you go to guide yourself up on a branch. You're like, oh, and then you're like, okay, different approach, and full hug the tree, and slide down, and Killian
Like a snail.
tries to catch you and push you up, but you definitely get some splinters in your arms and hands.
Man.
And you just eventually have to realize it's just a lot harder to go vertical above the water.
I'm not used to having to hold myself up like this. Gravity is not my friend.
You all continue moving forward.
I don't know what just happened.
Angry librarian.
Oh,
You you backtrack a little bit from what you're familiar with. You're definitely pushing through unbroken undergrowth, mostly. So it's a little bit of slow going. But eventually you get to a place where the forest floor sort of gives way to this sort of decline. And this is where you all can now hear this soft sobbing that's a little hushed, coming from sort of right next to this decline. You see this gray, furry figure, very small, about the size of a child, facing away from you, and it seems to be that these cries are coming from that creature.
It looks like it's really upset. I'm not going to approach it.
Oh man, Gertie's gonna do a quick little whistle, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, are you okay?" I can't do the whistle, but it's a great one.
Yeah, you all hear
Gertie
Gertie go, or, I can't do it now.
Yeah,
She's
none of us
infected
can
with
whistle.
Big
Yeah.
Not like
And
You guys know.
yeah. Woo, woo.
that
And you see this creature's head flip around, and before you see a gray furry creature with black speckles mixed into its coat, and a head that looks 2 sizes too big for its body. It has on a small, faded blue uniform with a muddy white sailor's collar. Small, clawed hands hold a bloody cloth and wipe away the tears that stream from its enormous, round, orange eyes that bulge from its skull.
Big-headed babies. So sad.
What is
And a sailor.
Can I roll history to see what this is?
Yeah, do any of us recognize?
You can roll history. It is as Gertie, as soon as it sees you, it begins sort of backing away. Its eyes trained on you. I also need you to make a particular saving throw.
Oh, awesome.
You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Also a 14.
14.
I would like to
Nice.
know as well. You said history?
Ooh, okay. That is a 19 on the dice.
Let's go.
18.
Well, no, it's a 17 on the 19 with it. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. So you are immediately it hits you immediately as soon as you make eye contact with this creature. It's like its face and its general demeanor is just unsettling. Its eyes are just so big and beady, and they reflect light. That it is just unsettling at first look at it, but you're able to push past it as you see this adorable little sailor's outfit that it's set in.
But I'm still thrown off. It's still I don't know.
I wouldn't. It's more like you're aware that this creature is it's bug-eyed. It's
ugly cute.
It looks.
It's ugly.
It's verged.
Ugly cute.
It's ugly
Oh.
cute. Yes, it's kind of verged from this It looks human-ish, but it's begun to verge in that uncanny valley where certain aspects are just too blown up. Sorry, what were our history rolls?
14.
18.
18?
Let's go.
So, okay, Killian, I'm gonna start with you. You don't know specifically what this is, but you do know that a lot of times that spirits that want to protect forests or those sorts of things tend to inhabit an animal as a vessel and tend to take on certain aspects of said animal. Varia, you've heard stories that there is a particular forest-dwelling spirit that is just referred to as the Mimbo that is said to... the jury's sort of out on it, but it's said to basically that it is very fond of children and tends to guide them certain places. And is currently backing away from you all, holding this bloody little cloth.
Hey, we don't want to harm you. We just want to talk.
Roll persuasion to not be scary.
I can do that.
Killian's arm is cranked.
I'll just
Crink, crink, crink.
You're lining up the shot, all right.
Well, I actually have a scope.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh, she was
I don't know how that really
360.
works.
Awesome. Oh my gosh.
It's
Just
an
get your
actual
head out of the
catapult
way.
in the arm, so it's a pulling mechanism.
That's crazy.
It's 19 persuasion.
19. Okay. This creature stops. What was the specific question you asked? Sorry, I got so caught up in the catapult. I was like, oh my God.
I know.
Sorry.
I don't remember what I said. We're not here to harm you. We just want to talk.
But the adults are bad. They're the ones who took also and my other friends.
They came into the woods?
And Borgen, yeah. The two of them, they did, yeah.
Dorian?
That's yeah. Have you seen any children around?
I was chasing after one of the adults. I left Borgin and oh gosh, and some of the others back at my, and also back at my fort. But then when I tried to go back, there was a scary creature there.
At where you live?
Uh-huh.
Well, what if we help you try to get rid of it? We're the good kind of adults. I promise.
And he looks at Killian. Are they the good kind of adults?
Yes, I am as well.
Adult.
Adult.
Bit of a sore spot.
You stroke your fusion
I
hairs.
got like 8 hairs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It's fuzz. Yeah.
I am as well.
Okay. Okay. I can show you. We just have to be really, really quiet and careful, okay?
Okay.
I sealed the entrance so it couldn't get out. Because I was
Okay.
worried
Oh.
to chase them.
Were you crying because you were scared?
And he just holds up this little bloody cloth. I'm just worried about my friends.
Oh. Okay, we'll help you. Just lead the way.
Wait, did you see what happened to that beast back there?
His head sort of goes a little cockeyed, which it as opposed to rotating on a neck, it rotates perfectly in the middle.
That's
Which
great.
is just
Awesome.
unsettling.
It's great. It's
I
great.
feel so sad.
I don't know. I do know that I heard some big footsteps a little while ago.
How long ago would you say?
If
If you had to put a number to it.
What's a number?
Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
It was earlier today. When the sun was peeking through the trees, I met up with I found Ayla, and we went back to my fort. We usually hang out there and play games and have a good time. But when we got inside, this creature, it was like the world's scariest centipede, came after us, and I just ran as fast as I could. I don't know what happened to Ayla.
Did the centipede look like it could really do a number on a beast like that back there in terms of its biting capabilities?
I didn't get a very good look.
Oh, good.
Dang it! We need inspiration.
Which is just so ironic because his eyes are
His
huge.
eyes are ginormous. You didn't get a good look?
Of all people?
Big area, small focus,
It's like compound eyes.
yeah, exactly.
Gosh.
Okay, well maybe let's just start with you taking us to...
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your names?
As this conversation is going on, Nereus, you hear a whisper from the orb. Give the Mimbo candy. Give the Mimbo candy.
What's candy? And do we have any?
Gertie has some, would they come in a ration-y?
I'll pull out
Pack.
some dried fruits.
Yeah,
sure.
like,
I
nature's
could
candy,
give. I could
very
give that
good.
you might have a Werther's original on your.
Honestly, yeah.
Like not
Right next to the
like
Weston cigarette.
just like a sort of like trail treat.
Okay, like an M&M from a trail mix.
yeah, sure.
Gertie's a granola
Here,
girl.
here,
Oh.
give it to the child.
Okay, Small child. Small child. I have something for you. Look at this. It's something. Take it now.
And it reaches
Don't
out.
get too close. Thank
It's
you.
like its hand. You can see that it, as it reaches out, you see its hand
many
has 4 fingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
The three non-thumb fingers have an additional joint. As it sort of reaches out, like with its really long fingers, and like grabs it and like sort of begins to nibble. Its mouth is very small in comparison to the rest of its head.
it's hilarious.
And it's like eyes like, well, I don't know how to, like, its eyes are huge, but like they well up with tears and like get bigger, like
They get bigger somehow.
Oh dear God.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's like it's very like slowly eating this like small chocolate. You can see it does have like 2 like sharp sort of like front teeth, not front, but like canine like teeth.
You're welcome, small child.
Does Nereus know if this is a child or not?
I just assume that is a human child. They sometimes look like that.
Obviously,
what
they
happened.
molt before they reach adulthood.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's just a really hairy one.
Here's a new thing for you. Leave this amount.
Well, I am Varia, and I don't know if you told us your name.
My name's Mimbo.
Oh, that's right, you did say Mimbo. Well, nice to meet you, Mimbo.
It's nice to meet you, Varia.
I'm Bogarth. Hello.
Hi, Bogart.
Do you want to be friends?
Oh my gosh.
Please say yes.
Oh gosh.
But it's okay if you need some time.
He doesn't really say anything. He just kind of like takes a step back and like looks down at the ground, a little shy.
Oh.
You are like 4 times its size.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay.
Do you want to be friends?
Well, either way, I'm Bogarth. I'll be here when you are ready for friendship.
I'll like crouch down like you would like you're talking to a little kid, and I'll be like, you can call me Gertie.
Okay, Gertie.
Well, I'm Killian. You can call me Killian or Kill, whatever you want.
Nice to meet you, Killian. I like your hand.
Thanks. Yeah. It's metal.
Oh.
Just not too much.
Yeah. Oh.
Completely oblivious to what you're doing. Just
Take
like
the rock out, man.
Ooh, yeah.
it sort of like touches it and like very gently, and it's like, oh, it's like it's you seem to, through this interaction, he seems to be calming down a little bit more.
Candy was a good idea.
How tall is this?
Yeah.
It's like oh geez, it's about like a little bit less than 3 feet tall.
I also lean down because finally somebody is shorter than I am. I like make a big deal of it too. I'm like, well, I'm Nereus. It's very nice to meet you.
Nereus.
It's nice to
I
meet you
forget.
too, Nereus.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that candy. I'm gonna go.
good.
Glad you enjoyed it. Yes. Nice.
Okay, so my fort's over this way. We're gonna follow the singing trail, and he starts like hobbling
Why is it called
forward.
that?
Cause we always sing together when we go to the fort and play games.
That's amazing.
I thought we were supposed to be quiet.
Well, but they sing not today.
Oh.
We'll be quiet today, but
Oh,
after we
okay.
solve the problem, then we'll sing.
Then we'll sing.
He begins leading you kind of up back on top of this little decline and back towards sort of where you were. As he begins leading you, You find that there is sort of a more like trod like footpath here. It seems that this is some place that's a path that's taken frequently by these small feet, as you see more like little like footprints here or there, small indications of like bark and like grass has been ripped up or like pulled off of trees at like this like 3 to 2 foot level, maybe a little bit higher. Things you can see like A plus B carved into like a little like bark, and there's like a Mimbo was here.
Classic.
W.
Massive claws underneath that.
You're going straight through.
All right. He eventually leads you to a tree stump, which has like appears to have what looks almost just like a rabbit's burrow in the bottom of it. This small little hole, and Mimbo immediately like sort of just like dives in, his like butt kind of wiggles as he like scurries in, and then he like looks back at you, and you see just the reflection of his 2 giant eyes in the hole.
That's all you, Bogart. Yeah, that's.
You have to go fast.
It is about
guess
like
so.
it is about like he's sort of crawling inside of it, but it's about like 3.5 feet in like is that diameter? Diameter.
Diameter.
Yeah, diameter.
I mean, does it look like he's just waiting?
He's waiting for you all to follow him.
I mean, I'm going.
Okay.
Like a cat.
How does it do that?
It's like in the 3rd Harry Potter movie when the bus goes skinny. It's what I do. Bumpy ride.
How does it look in there, Bogart? What's in there?
Yes, what is in here?
Yes. So it's like the dirt here is a lot drier, and you see towards the back, like this appears to be. It looks basically like what you would imagine a fox den to look like. At the back, there appears to be just another like earthen wall, some roots hanging out at first, until Mimbo sort of like crawls his way over and like swirls his hand through the earth, and it all begins like swirling around his fingers as he retracts this magic, revealing that the hole continues.
Oh wow.
Is it dark in there?
It is dark.
Does anyone try to follow?
I'll follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll follow right behind
Miria,
you.
you have that light. Miria. Oh my gosh. Miria. We are the same.
Miria Faria?
Yes.
Just like any mother would.
Yeah, exactly.
Mix it up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You just all are the same to me.
Yeah. Can I follow you and your little light into the?
Of course. Of course.
I'll
Always.
try and like stay close so I, can get around in the dark.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go ahead and actually strike a torch at this point.
Oh,
And
smart.
follow behind.
Yeah, you're definitely like
Crawl.
you're kind of like holding it in your teeth to keep like going through, because this space is small. It's like crawling again like into a fox's den.
I don't love that.
Yeah. So as you navigate this small passage, it is very narrow. It is. I am claustrophobic, so I will be brief on this. But it's like you feel like the walls like against your sides as you wiggle in further. Each wiggle gets you knocks more of this loose earth from like the top and around like into your face, gets on your tongue. It's very dirty in here, and Mimbo seems perfectly happy as you finally see him pop out and see light on the other side.
How far does it feel like we go?
It doesn't feel like it's very far.
Okay.
Maybe like 6 feet of length.
It just takes a long time.
Yeah, it's all of you like packing through.
Right.
On the other side, your eyes are greeted by the dull gray light of a mist-filled twilight. a scent of a damp summer's evening filled with foliage readying itself to fall asleep in front of you. You see, as you come out, that there appears to be a large, or large-ish, a hill that goes up about maybe 7 or 8 feet from the ground. Splayed out from its base, you can see there is this heavy mist that's about 30 feet away from the base of this hill. As you try to look beyond it, you can only make out like very sparse, swaying, swirling images. You have a general sense that you're probably near a forest, but something is distinctly different to all of you as you realize you were in like the middle of the woods. And this is definitely not in the middle of the woods.
And it's twilight, not the middle of the night?
Yes.
Mimbo, where are we?
We're at my fort. It's just up on the hill.
Is your fort? How did we get here? It's a different time of night.
Oh well, we just went through my little hole, and then we come out here, and this is where I live. I made it myself.
You made it.
Uh-huh. I had help from my friends though too for the fort, but the rest of it I made.
Mimbo, how old are you?
Would have been a good one to start with.
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while, aren't we?
Lifts up the feet.
Oh no. I think I'm about 13.
Oh.
13. No. 130?
You age very well.
What's your secret?
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
Okay. It's looking like 22.
22 for insight. Okay. Varia, for all it is difficult to read a creature with these kinds of odd proportions, but there's just this distinctly childlike demeanor to Mimbo that just seems like it is pre the concept of lying.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to understand like being dishonest, just in your small interactions. In addition to that, something pops into your mind. The graveyard that you were previously in had all adult bodies. That is strange because, especially in rural areas, children do pass and graves need to be made for them as well. But there distinctly weren't. Based on some information you collect from Gertie, that they all those folks in those graves seem to have died from a similar thing. You can gauge that's probably some sort of illness that they all died from. Connecting the dot further, you can only assume that infants and those younger would be more affected by that. However, again, no child graves to be seen. There's a certain concept that you understand, Varia, that with one of the important reasons why specifically Nelon, or this king of spirits, tries to guide all the souls into the spirit realm is to prevent them from becoming malevolent. However, sometimes certain souls or groups of souls can manifest themselves as if they have a strong enough connection or will or collective purpose, basically. From that, can I get someone to roll history
Sure.
for me?
Do you want me to
Do you
roll
want
history
multiple?
or
Yeah.
Arcana?
History
Dang it.
specifically.
Do you want multiple people?
We can roll with Killian for right now.
18.
18. So Killian, you remember back that the man with the hammer on his belt that you met, Jack, mentioned that there were mines nearby. You remember hearing stories that there was a village that several years ago, like in the past, that the miners all caught some sort of sickness and all the children were lost, and it's like a sort of a folk tale.
Yeah, he did tell us the mines were where the malevolents were, that we shouldn't go into the woods.
That's true.
Yeah.
That did happen.
So hopefully with all of that, you can piece together an idea of what Mimbo is.
A human.
Child. Who
Child.
likes candy.
A child.
No.
Or perhaps it's several children.
Just out of
In a trench coat.
In a fur coat.
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, the hole that we pop out of, like if we look back into it, like is it like this? It looks exactly the same as when we left it. Like we could go back the same way, or
Yeah, you can see faintly on the other side the light, or the very dim, sort of dark, like wisp light, basically illuminating and changing and dappling in the entry to the hole.
Well, we should probably go and help figure this out.
Yes.
Mimbo, I just wanted to say that this place is beautiful, but is this the spirit realm?
Mimbo looks at you just kind of confused.
Oh.
I don't think I know what that is.
Well, you see, there's a material plane and the spirit realm. Are we in the material plane? I certainly feel...
We're at my fort.
I think we're in
Bogarth, I
Mimbo's
don't
plane.
think he knows.
Ah, right. Okay.
Looking at the top of the hill, you can all see what appears to be a very similar tree stump to the one that you just entered into. But sort of propped up next to it are sort of like these wooden boards and sheets of bark set up to make what looks to be sort of like a haphazard children's fort. Looking there, you can see there appear to be even like hose and different like tools that have been used to like prop up different parts of it. Different like discarded pieces of wood that have all been sort of collected together, probably by many small hands. And this all leans up against the tree stump. That was where I was going with that. And on top of the tree stump, you can see a small little flag on like this loose piece of like white fabric that just appears to be like hastily painted with the wrong kind of black paint for fabric, with just a rough common version of Friends.
No.
hey, it's your thing.
Well, shoot. We should go there.
Mimbo, are your friends that you're worried about, are they okay?
By the look on his face, it seems like he had forgotten about that for a minute. He's like, I don't know. The monster was chasing us, and he like looks up at the fort, and you see this small little like doorway. He's like, it was chasing us, and I ran out. It might still be inside.
Like inside the fort. Well, what are we waiting for?
Why don't you let us go first?
Okay.
All right.
So
As you all close your conversation with Mimbo, you feel something about his eyes resonate in yours. The magic you were feeling before seems to fade slightly from the world.
Use it.
And your eyes come aglow with the same amber of Mimbo's. Gain +1 in your investigation roll. Kind of bonus.
Alrighty.
All right. Take that any day.
Yeah, right?
Sweet.
perfect. Okay.
Killian, what do we say to the spirits?
Thank you.
One more time, a little bit louder so they can hear you.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, are we wanting to approach stealthily? I was assuming you guys were going to want to do that. I didn't want to run that over.
Yeah, I think so.
If the monster is in the house with kids, perhaps, or should we try and get it out of the house? Maybe.
Yeah.
Could lure it out.
Perhaps we should also maybe just check the perimeter first before we go in as well. Just
Extra
see.
entrances too might
Yeah.
be a good thing to.
Maybe the door doesn't open, and maybe
Yeah,
we
maybe.
need to find a different one.
Hey, it
Seems like an
happens.
oddly specific suggestion that
Yes.
you're making. That you were
Before,
referring
so-
to.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, let's go check it out.
We do all of
Yes,
those things.
yes. We do it.
Yeah.
Where's my
So, sort of going around the perimeter, you all figure out when you reach that 30-foot mark where the mist is. The mist feels like you're touching like a soft, wet piece of fluff, and you can't like get beyond it. It's very firm. So it appears to be you are just within this little like sort of like 90 or so foot radius. Going up sort of near the fort itself, for those of us with a keener sense of smell, you can very distinctly smell the scent of blood.
Does it match the like smell of blood from the beast that I saw before?
There's a different sort of it's this. There's another sort of like pungent and I don't want to say sour or bitter, but rank scent.
Umami?
Sorry. Brussels sprouts. No, Killian, you would recognize that as a scent of a chemical like fentanyl.
You know, if we touch it.
don't breathe too much of this in, folks.
Oh no, it's not fentanyl. What's that? Formaldehyde. Oh my god! Wow.
A little different.
If you touch it, you might OD.
Yeah. One sec.
Okay, so we can't get through this fog, you said?
Yeah, on the outskirts, but the hill itself leads up to the fort itself.
And we were able to.
Yeah, you're able to make your way up to the
okay,
fort.
okay.
Sorry, I was because you guys were like investigating the area around. I wanted to make it clear that like the mist is a distinctive barrier.
That's all that
Okay.
Mimbo made, probably.
Yeah.
Big brain moment.
Gertie in her hat, you know. Big ideas.
Hiding your just super huge.
+5 intelligence hat.
Without my hat, I am nothing.
Yep. So, if you all would like to at this point, you just sort of like looking around. You can see that the light. There are several like holes, just like uncovered parts of this fort where it's like, especially on corners, there's like no caulking or anything to like fill in the holes. It's very haphazardly made. You sort of get a look inside, and you can see that there's it appears to be primarily like there's dirt inside. There's like several like dead flowers that have been hung up on the inside. Several like bits of string done in like fancy sort of ways. You see what you think is maybe like a little like grass crown that's sitting inside. Definitely it looks like children have played inside. It looks like in totality, the whole interior of the fort is not super big. It's probably the size of like 20 feet long, probably. Yeah.
Cool.
As you enter inside, spirits, you guys will see this eventually, but for right now, we're just gonna do this so I can give them something to look at here. Entering inside, you can see that I am on top of all of y'all. That's what you can see.
It's so dark.
What happened to the sky?
Well, I don't know what happened to the sky. Ugh. I'm like hardcore reaching right now. We're gonna stay here, but I just want you guys to be able to see where we're going from here.
And how awesome we look.
Yeah, look how cool. As you all come in, you see that there appear to be like several rocks that have been like set to sort of form this archway that leads into this small tunnel that leads further in. Looking deeper in, you can see vaguely what looks like there appears to be a dull sort of yellow light. In this tunnel itself, there appears to be a couple of like luminescent mushrooms that appear to be lighting up things. From the tunnel, you could see reasonably that all you can make out is that there is this large like root further inside with several things on it.
Can we hear anything coming from down the...
Roll perception for me, whoever would like to. Or I can just take your passives, actually, if you would like.
I'll just do passive
Yeah.
myself.
You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
23?
Damn. Waste.
Yeah, very. You can hear sort of this low echo of a.
Everybody. It's down there. Okay.
Clink, 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 clink.
All right, well, are we just going for it?
I guess so. We don't really have another option, I feel like.
Or we could try and lower it out. So, but I mean, I guess
But
we could also go
but
in.
Mimbo is up there. It could hurt Mimbo.
That old man.
The little kid?
130
I mean, it's
years old.
130.
Well, that's fair.
Very,
Okay, yeah,
30
you're right.
years young.
Lima sheep's Well, if no one else is doing anything about this,
Well, do we think it would just be harder to fight in this tunnel? If none of us can get past each other?
That's a good point.
Y'all really won't want to be in the way when I let go of this.
Exactly.
Yes,
well,
we
all
have
right,
some
fine.
projectiles.
Okay, so then let's lure it out then.
Yes.
Who is going to do the luring?
Hurry!
Oh, jeez!
Oh, God.
Yes.
I'll whistle real loud and really good.
Really good.
It's a great
okay.
whistle.
Yeah. So,
How about this is a fantasy game where you can be anything? And you chose to be a human who can whistle.
Yes.
Because you can't.
I'm reaching for the stars.
Living your fantasy.
She owns a whole
That's
too, alright?
so I'm assuming you all want to. I will give you all the chance to roll stealth to try to hide yourselves as Killian and Gertie paint the targets on their back.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Let's do this.
if we're trying to lure it out, we're trying to lure it outside of the
We're both
fort,
ready.
right?
Right.
Like that's
Got
the
the
goal.
thing.
So,
We're both ready to just.
I mean, we could. Like, I don't really feel like I
it's-
would be stealthing. I would just be moving back.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Moving out of the way.
Yeah, no, you can
The
absolutely
stealth is moot at this point.
you can absolutely move your way on out. Just so I have something to reference with. We have our lovely little Mimbo. So this series of events that transpires here.
Oh,
As you whistle,
In a really good way.
yes, I really
Like it's sick.
like something like
There
that.
you go.
Really trying to get its attention. From where you are, you guys can just vaguely see through the tunnel, and you see just really like barely some of the root, and then you see something. It's really hard to make out of this distance because it's pretty far away, but something crawl over the root. It looks just like this wiggling mass.
Sort of like a caterpillar, maybe.
Centipede.
Centipede, yeah.
if you had to put a name to
If we had to give it a
How
name.
many legs does it have?
You see it.
1,000.
I will let you all start to roll your initiative so we can be ready for it. Because at this point you all are just ready for it, so it's going to go last.
Frick! Fudge! Darn.
Sugar!
Oh, poop.
Gosh darn it.
Yeehaw.
Gosh darn it to heck.
Yeehaw!
Freaking frack.
Yes, can I get initiative rolls real quick?
Oh, right.
Sorry, 20,
Okay.
20 plus. 15 to 20.
Woohoo.
What did you roll?
What was
16, 19.
16, 19. Okay, I go right to left.
16, 19?
Well, like,
roll day 16 turned
16.
into a 19?
Turn into 19.
Oh.
Okay, then 10 to 15.
I'm like, you pick
I
whichever
got
one
a
sounds better.
12.
16 or 19.
Got a 12,
Hey,
5
works
to
out
10.
canonically.
7.
Yeah, go first.
8.
Who has the better dex?
I
between
have
the two?
16.
It's definitely you.
Great, so Bogarth, and then we have Theria, and then Nereus. And then let me grab this here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Did I put it over?
He's waiting in the wings.
Aha.
Not yet. A gentleman waits quietly.
Yes, does not disturb the peace.
Wonderful.
These actually aren't showing up on
Yeah, would you just
Oh.
move them down a little?
Yeah, I can absolutely move them down a little.
It's, well...
It's just fast.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go all the way down to the circle, pretty much.
Or we could just
We
move
could
the
just
map
move the
forward.
whole thing forward, yeah.
Thank you for our technical difficulties.
Yippee!
Is that
There we go!
Bada boom.
Yeah.
great?
Sweet, okay.
Wonderful. Much better. As you are all getting ready for this onslaught, you see pop through the hole first the face of a young girl.
Oh,
No.
Dark, straight black hair that hangs raggedy in front.
Like a child?
Like a child.
Dang
I've seen this movie before.
Oh no! No!
Got like
There,
7 days?
there is the one
No.
thing that definitely stands out though is the slices and scars and stitches upon her cheeks. Her face connects to this fleshy mound that from that then springs tens of hands, arms, legs, and feet in a sort of circular tube as it crawls through this hole.
It is
Yeah. Immediately you notice
It's good, we have one of those.
it is incredibly unsettling the way it moves. Typically, a centipede, any sorts of these kinds of creatures moves based on the sense of it has a spine. This is like omnidirectional movement. It is very unsettling.
Like it gets
Um,
strafe.
As it begins to barrel out of the hole, and in the fort, it is a little bit difficult for me to reach.
You can barely.
Nice.
But that's about at the point you can see it through the door.
Do a barrel roll.
And it is both of those.
Oh, okay,
So it's,
okay.
it's long.
Yeah, it's long.
Okay.
Okay, understood.
So
As
is
it-
it 1, 2?
That's a good question, actually.
For sure.
It claws at the ground, hands
The
pulling up
monster.
handfuls of dirt, and
This is good.
Oh gosh.
so yeah.
Hey,
Gertie,
could we figure out how we're standing out here too?
I think
Oh.
you and I were kind of taking the lead a
Yeah.
little more on this one, so
Because I feel like we should be smart about our position this time.
I feel like that's like where I would be standing, honestly.
just lining up the shot.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Like, are we just doing this U formation to just kind of?
We're like sloped down on the hill. This is we're
Yeah.
on. Okay.
So it coming out of the fort, it's gonna come out that way.
Right
towards
here.
us.
Yep, right here,
Okay.
south towards you.
And the head of it is on 2, not.
No,
oh
it's
no.
on one.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
I
it's
see, I
just
see.
the body
glare.
extends back.
Okay, I see.
All right.
All right. Well, Gertie, disgusted, will. She already has her longbow loaded, so she's just gonna try and fire at the
I guess the body, because hitting the face would be
Feels
kind
wrong.
of
Yeah.
it's a child face. That is a 7 to hit.
It's a little unsettling for her to look at.
That
probably threw me
does
off.
not hit, unfortunately.
Shoot, dude.
Shoot, dude.
Shoot, dude.
Didn't shoot the dude.
I can't shoot a kid.
Definitely did
Horribly
not shoot the
deformed,
dude.
disfigured kid.
All right, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Perfect. Killian, you are up.
I need it to make a DC 13 Dex save.
Oh gosh, you rolled behind. It certainly fails.
Okay, then it takes 19 bludgeoning damage as my arm
Oh yeah.
whips back and I
Yeah.
You were
Smack!
ready for that
It,
for a while.
In the face.
as you release the stone, it swirls through the air before making a solid impact. Blood spurts from the wound. How much was the damage, bludgeoning?
19.
19. Oh,
Holy.
19 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good roll.
Okay.
Dead?
No. I have to do math now.
2 6s and a 7.
The spirits say,
Well, 19 minus 19 is 0.
All right.
Gross.
All right, Killian, that's you.
Yep.
Great. Bogarth, you are up.
But it hasn't come out yet, right?
Yeah, it hasn't gotten the chance to take its turn to move out.
Well, now that both of our ranged fighters have sort of done their thing, I'm gonna get in front of them and sort of be kind of central within the party, but like in front of the party to just kind of like take point. And I'm just gonna ready an attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
For when it comes.
You
into
can
range.
absolutely do that. Very.
I'm gonna give. Well, I do want to give it just a little bit more space to actually like come out, but like be like central. So like move just like a couple spaces west. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Body walling.
Yeah.
Body block.
Sorta.
Alright.
I don't think it's gonna
That's
do
your
much,
turn.
but
Varia,
that's
you are
alright.
up.
Yes. I am going to. Well, I can't see it from where I am. But I will try to move around. Let me get behind Killian and Gertie. Sorry.
Just breathe down Gertie's neck.
Yeah. And
Healing breath.
Come on, little baby, let me swing you.
okay, I'll run over
Be
there
healed 6 points.
and yell to Mimbo. Mimbo, please be careful. We're moving out.
Oh!
We're moving out.
Over and out. And then I will.
Autobots.
I'll just.
Roll out.
I'll just toll the dead. I
Okay.
can see it from where I am.
Yeah, you can see from where you are. What is that?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Wisdom saving throw. All right, that is going to be it rolls 8, so I believe it loses.
I'm sorry. It's not a D8. It is missing hit points. Correct.
It is missing hit points.
Okay, cool. Then it's a D12.
Let's go.
It's a whopping 2 necrotic damage.
Can you just roll the dead for me?
Yes, I sure can. As I am whispering in Gertie's ear, she just sees sort of right next to her. I sort of like, kind of throw my lantern. Like it looks like I'm throwing it, but I'm not actually letting it go. But I'm just sort of letting it kind of tumble through the air, and then it like rings like a bell. On the, and that's my turn.
Great.
Unfortunately good at that.
So I want to move where Bogarth, not where Bogarth is, but from where Bogarth is, like 2 squares to the east.
Yeah.
Just so when it comes out, hopefully we'll be flanking that guy.
Forget that you have the orb as well.
Right. And as my bonus action, I'm gonna summon the spirits.
Let's go.
More hands and faces.
You get to choose, I believe, within 30 feet where you want it to be.
Let's put it a couple squares east of Bogarth. Does that make sense? Or north. Did I say east or north?
You said east.
Don't know what I'm talking about. Cool. And then I'm just gonna ready my rapier.
Nereus, how do you call the spirits to our
Yeah.
location?
I'm gonna just, while I'm moving, I'm like, oh wait, I have that orb thing on me. And I pull it out, and I kind of rub it a little bit, and I go, I should have prepared this. I pull it out, and I'm like, looking at it, and I kind of rub it with my sleeve, and I'm like, open sesame! And then kind of...
The sort of the green, blue, translucent teal energy pours forth from the orb. First, like a little trickle before it gushes, and you're like controlling a hose before it all manifests itself into this mob. Hands grip the ground, faces pop out.
It's time. Woo! We are needed. Oh yes. Give us head pats.
They say all that.
Is that what the spirits say?
Yes.
That is so rad. Thanks, guys. All right, Nereus, that's your turn as you're ready. Our lovely, lovely creature makes her moves. 5, 10, 15.
No.
I can reach. Oh gosh, it's so far away. We're just gonna do this.
No.
It is inside. 20. 25.
I should now
Yep.
get my attack.
Yep, you do
right?
get your attack.
Okay.
You didn't take the sentinel feat while I wasn't looking, right?
No, I sure didn't.
Okay, try to double check.
But I did.
Shucks.
No, man. 14?
To hit?
Yeah, to hit.
That hits.
4 points of piercing damage.
Nice. How do you stick it?
I'm just gonna, as it's coming near, I'm just gonna get one in it and just try to kind of like hold it back and like really dig my feet in.
Yeah.
And just prevent it from getting any closer.
Yeah,
to
as you make your thrust forward, it impacts with one of the hands reaching towards you, going perfectly through it. As it begins pushing its way further down your rapier. So
Not a friend. Not a friend.
It's like some
it
Lord of the Rings
moves.
Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
It is going to
It's totally-
make its attacks.
Wait, did the spirits get it?
Technically, it's
It's still in the sphere of influence because it's just so big. Bada bing, bada boom. It is just going to do to the two in front of it because that's really all it can see.
Yeehaw, Killian.
All right. So Bogarth, you try to hold it back, and your rapier bends, but stays it as it barely comes to a halt directly in front of Killian and Gertie. I just want you all to know it rolled 2 nat 1s on both of its attacks. So that's pretty rad for you guys. The dice gave it this day. That's its turn. Gertie, you're up.
Okay, I am going to disgustingly look at this face in front of me, and I'm gonna try and just stab it in the face.
Don't forget the +1 d4.
Oh, yes. That is a...
Because it's flanked right now, right? Technically.
not by.
Not technically by Gertie, but
Oh, so should I not? Well, regardless, it's a 21 to hit,
it still is gonna hit.
and that is a 5 damage
5 damage, just
from my stab in the face.
yeah. You add another scar to its cheek. Is it?
I'm glad, but I'm also feel kind of guilty because it's like a little baby face.
Yep, just a little bit. That child's face. All right, Killian, you're up.
I'm going to turn on the electricity and hit it for 23.
20. That definitely hits.
And that's 8 points of lightning damage. to the
Yes,
body.
that definitely. As your hand makes contact, it zaps through some of the nearby appendages, contort, twist, and crack. How much damage? Sorry.
8.
8 damage. Great. Perfect. Killian, that is your turn. Unless you want to move or anything like that.
I'm vibing there.
Great. All right, Bogarth, you're up.
With my rapier still in it, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my rapier out, and before I do anything, I'm going to just have just a moment and just shout, Ayla! Also! Borgen! Are you in there?
No response.
Oh.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 attacks with my
Yeah, go ahead.
action and bonus action.
Roll.
It can't take reactions. Right, just so you know.
Great. Probably wasn't going to anyways.
Okay,
That's
that
actually
is
a good
22 to hit for the first.
That definitely hits.
That is 8 points of piercing for the first.
I'm going to tell you right now, its AC is pretty low, so you're probably going to hit it.
Cool. Okay, and
We hit
then
with a 14.
second. Oh, that doesn't. 7 to hit.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit. Sorry. Not that low.
Probably
Pretty low. Not that low.
But you got my 8 points of piercing.
8 points of piercing.
Yes.
Nice.
Don't worry.
Perfect. 8 points of
your
piercing.
Yeah.
The 2-sword style. Describe it to us.
Well, I will just kind of like reel back. My rapier's bent.
It snaps back and like. Yeah.
Great. I'm just gonna kind of like focus on my stance and just take 1 pierce and then just kind of like go over with another. But this over one will just kind of go a little wide.
Yeah, it sort of the rapier, you just have it at a wrong angle, so it's sort of like
Yeah.
instead of piercing directly. Great. It squeals some more and writhes. Daria, you're up.
Yes. Do I get the sense that this creature is one contiguous creature, or does it seem like it is multiple?
It is one continuous body. You can now see it up close. It is a variety of. There's like a sort of fleshy central mass, but from it then these arms and feet claw out at whatever is around it. It's like this long, centipedal, caterpillar-like creature that crawls. You can see that some of the hands have gripped and grabbed onto the edges of the fort itself and are like cracking and breaking the wood that they're grabbing onto.
Yuck.
Okay. I will cast. I would like to cast Bane
Yes.
on it, and
What saving throw?
it is a Charisma saving throw.
It fails. I'm assuming it's your DC is bigger than 8.
Yeah. Word. So
Hopefully.
I just sort of kind of extend my hand a little bit and like a line from the on the ground through Gertie and around sort of just of like dead plants goes up, and you just kind of see that like sunken in a little.
Yeah. Yeah, its eyes sink into its face. It's Bane, which I have here.
Yeah, I think you have one. I think it's red.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. Yes, great. Is that your turn?
That is no. I am going to move over in front of. I don't want to go too far, but I do want to be in front of Mimbo.
Okay.
Or like between the human centipede, if
20?
you will.
Like
and
there?
Mimbo. Give me one more to the south. Yeah, perfect.
There we go.
Thank you.
Perfect. Rock and roll, Varia.
That's my
Yeah, this energy that affects it, you see like more of the bones within this creature. You see like now, like the ends of ribs sort of poking out at different places on the little fleshy mass in the middle. Great, that's Varia's turn. Spirits!
We spirits are curious if we can finagle our way behind the creature.
You absolutely can, because you can move through the wall.
Incorporeal
Great,
movement.
incorporeal movement. Nice job, Spirits. You get behind it. Spirits, what you see is basically where
That perception
I'm
check?
sorry.
you see more hands. There is no like rear end to this creature. It is just more arms, feet, and hands.
Praise. No rump ahead.
Go ahead. What is Spirits doing?
We are attacking.
Yeah.
Nice.
I believe we will get
Is it
flanking from this position.
Yes, you do. You do.
I mean, at this point, is it not surrounded somehow?
It's not, because it's not all sides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to
Just
that
long.
because it matters.
Get Mimbo in on this.
But I think we all should get the flanking bonus. now,
Yeah, pretty
correct?
much you all get flanking at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you all would.
Good job, guys. All right, that is a dirty 21.
What's the Spirit's damage?
6 force damage.
6
Yo!
force.
All right.
Let's go.
Nice. So,
Well done,
the
spirits.
spirits.
They will shout, "Yucky! Nasty!" in rage, and "Woo! Smack it like a pinata!"
You smack it like a pinata and kids fall out.
You all can't see this. You all can't see this, but spirits, you all grab one of these, break off one of these planks and smack it like a pinata. How much is the force damage?
We got that no-clip cheat on.
Great. It is like starting to wriggle a little bit more. Great, Nereus, you are up as your spirits disappear into the fort.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with flanking bonus and
Nice.
sneak
Good
attack.
job, spirits. Good job. Yes, you get sneak attack.
Okay, remind me, flanking bonus is a D4
Yes, D4 to hit.
to hit. That, okay. Does a 12 hit?
It does.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
okay,
6
okay.
points piercing damage.
6 points piercing. Nice.
Cool. And I think that's... Yeah, that's my turn.
Great. Nope. Go back.
Do
Go
you not
back.
have it on the loop setting?
I do have it on a loop setting. I don't know why it's not looping. Great. Cool. Okay, so Nereus, after your turn, after you have... Well, do you want to actually describe how you stab at it?
Yes, I would. So I watch in awe as the spirits disappear through the wall. Like, whoa, okay. And I get a little bit inspired. I'm like, yeah, I love it. And I pull out, actually I already have my rapier drawn. And I do a little flourish, like, and I just very briefly look over the flesh monster. I'm like, I think I know the best place to hit it. And I just swing, well, I guess you can't thrust with a rapier. I slice it, press like a fleshy blow.
Rapier's a thrusting sword.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite.
You're thinking of a scimitar versus a rapier.
Yes! I thrust it!
Thrust! Yes. This red blood spills out from the puncture wound as it begins to wriggle even more. Wonderful, Nereus. It takes its turn now. It's not a happy camper.
It's baned.
It's going. It is
is
baned.
baned.
You're right. So
Do you want me to roll the d4? Or
yeah,
would
you roll the
like-
d4.
Yes.
Nice.
It's going to lash out wildly.
Is that a 1?
Yeah.
We'll do.
It's a d4, so it's like not too
All right, so that's.
One's better than none.
Exactly.
Okay, Nereus and Bogart, these 2 attacks are against you.
Great.
Oh, so should
Nereus,
Oh, no.
that is a 1 to hit you, so it doesn't. It just swings wildly
So
as you
that
deftly
would've
dodge.
been-
What is the bane amount?
it would have been -1.
-1? That actually does matter because it makes it a 19 instead of a 20 to hit. So
Oh.
you
But
still,
it's for each one, right?
oh, then roll the second one. It's going to make it not a crit. That's how I'm going to roll that.
You sure?
Yep.
I'm okay.
We can change it later, but right now it feels like it has the impact. It's great.
Okay.
Wait, did you say it rolled a 1 to hit Nereus?
Mm-hmm.
No, but this is for this attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand. It's -4.
Yep. So 16 beat your AC?
It does still beat it.
Yes.
Dang
Great. You are going to take. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it grabs and rips and tears at your flesh. I need you to make a strength saving throw as well.
Of course.
Didn't like that you
With my
called its
eight
name out,
strength.
apparently.
I guess.
Yeah.
You're reminded of his pain.
That's not amazing. It's 12.
12. You definitely push away from the arms as they try to hold on to you.
Okay, cool.
Great. That is its turn. We're back to Gertie. You are up.
Gosh.
Yes.
Gertie's just gonna look into the face again and still disgusted try and stab it again. Yeah.
Put it out of its
That
misery.
is a 12 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is 6 damage.
6 damage. Nice. It is not happy as now there are more just red is spilling from this creature.
Does the face change expressions at all as I'm stabbing it, or
The
is
face,
it just like a
so
solid...
actually the face is like loose. The eyelids
No,
are just like
worse.
barely holding open. They like flicker and like flinch, but they don't significantly change.
I hate it.
Killian! That lovely description, you're up. What would you like to do?
I am going to pull the
trigger for one of my cartridges and shoot grease in the area in front of us.
Okay, what's the radius on that?
It's 10 feet, so I was thinking the 10 feet between the wall and us.
Nice. Yep, you can absolutely do that. It needs to make a something saving throw, right?
Dexterity or slip, although I don't know if that would matter. It's difficult terrain regardless, but
it does seem to slip a little bit, but hands and feet go to replace where it would fall.
Okay.
It's got so many.
It's immune to prone.
That's fair. Which is also why I'm immediately just going to, as my bonus action, put the torch in the grease.
Let's go.
Okay. Great. Yes, the grease is ignited. It will take.
Feeling spicy.
Yep. It ignites it, and it catches. It is. I'm not going to do the noises because it'd be a little bit too much for the stream. But
Also destroy your voice.
yeah, lots of screaming. Yeah, like it is now really wriggling.
What would that be? Like 1d4 damage per turn?
Best quality.
Yes. It takes this turn. It takes 6 points of fire damage.
Nice. Let's go. That'll be my turn, and I also leave the torch there.
Great, yeah, absolutely. As it is writhing, wriggling, it is your turn, Bogarth, as it is now aflame.
I'm going to use my bonus action to do second wind and heal a little bit for myself.
Nice.
I heal. Yes, let's go. I heal. I heal 11 points.
Take a quick break as it's like take a little selfie. It's like burning in the background.
I lean on one of my rapiers, like a cane, and then I kick it up and I and for dang it, man!
It's in these like 4 squares.
Wait, but flanking. Who knows? 14 to hit. That was a 5 on the die. And that is 8 points of piercing.
Nice.
Let's go.
It is at this point there are holes punctured. You see that there are certain limbs are starting to go limp and just hang loosely as it still continues to try to move. Bogarth, that's your turn.
Yes.
Varia.
Yes.
Yes. What are you doing?
From my position, I will sort of reach my hands up from the ground, and you'll see a whole bunch of like sort of spectrally green skeletal hands come up and grab onto the little centipede thing, and I will use my channel divinity to do Path to the Grave.
Ooh.
So it just kind of holds it in place.
Can you remind me what that does? I remember reading this earlier, but I don't remember exactly the exact wording.
Yes,
so I'd love for you to.
It is within 30 feet of me. Yes.
It absolutely
Okay.
is. Yes.
I think it's
For sure within 30 feet.
The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends. It happens until, or it stays until the beginning of my next turn. So the next time somebody hits it, it does double damage. Because it's like held in place. Right? So
Being willed to the grave, willed to move on.
And that's my turn.
Your like plants and stuff grab onto some of these loose limbs, trying to pull it under. Great. Spirits! It is your turn, my friends. What are they doing?
Attack it.
We hit it with our fists.
There's so many.
Surely.
Hit it.
So that's a 20.
That hits.
Critical hit.
No way! Really? It explodes, man!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Holy crap, chat, let's go.
And it's a good damage roll.
Okay, so how we're doing crits. So we take the maximum of their damage dice added on top of whatever they roll.
Yep.
And because it's vulnerable, it takes double that damage.
Okay, so we rolled a 5 for damage.
We're just gonna get
1 from our strength.
Great.
Plus 6 from the critical.
So 12, which becomes 24. Force damage?
Force damage, baby.
Great job, Spirit.
Ain't nothing.
Okay.
Which it's vulnerable to, right?
It is, yeah.
Actually?
No, like not.
I thought you were saying it's vulnerable to force damage.
No, it's vulnerable because
So
of
we doubled
Path to
it
the Grave.
again!
So,
I was joking. That's why I was shocked.
So,
Do we get showered with limbs now?
spirits.
No.
Congratulations.
Did we just One Punch Man the thing?
You One Punch Man the thing.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Here comes the giant fist.
So spirits, you coalesce all your force and put in whatever you want to say in the chat right now into one giant spectral fist, slamming into the backside. The crunch is audible as you snap all these different limbs like twigs. The reverberation is felt through it as it as the face spits out blood. What do the spirits say as they punch this thing?
Yippee! Woo! Did we win? Good news.
What does it sound?
Have a
back
lovely
there?
sense of humor.
That's some odd noises, but I'll take it.
So as this creature crumples to the ground, you see ever so slightly that from the eyes, nose, and mouth of this creature, blood spills at first, but then a blue-green liquid begins to pour out of the orifices, just ever so slightly, before hitting the fire and igniting into a large, flashy spectacle. I would remove it from the comment for us, but it is blocking the doorway for you all now.
So there is still the little girl that is the sort of front of this.
Yeah.
Does it seem? Can I run over and try to cast spare the dying? We were not given a description of Ayla, so I don't know if.
Yeah, you attempt to rush over.
Sort of pick up some dirt and try to
rub some dirt in all the wounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switching
There's
your perspective to something more kind from this just aggression as it goes limp. As you rub some dirt in it, you sort of extend this this portion of your spear to try to reach out and touch its. As you find there is nothing left in it. Also, feeling around, you do get this sense that this creature is a compilation of vessels and is 100% an undead. Even if the spirit was still present, there would be no way for you to bring it back to its unlife.
Can I roll to investigate it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
With a +1.
Do it while I can. Luckily, it's a big number for me. It's 13.
13?
Thank goodness.
Killian, you take sort of a more, I can't remember the word, but more stoic, more intentional approach as you begin sort of guiding through. Your hand guides along some of the bumps and bones of this creature. You find some stitch marks, some what you would almost describe as flesh welding marks. It's something you have not seen before, but it's something that could potentially pique your interest.
If the eyes are still the eyes, are they open when it's dead?
The eyelids have not moved in the same loose.
I'll try to close them as best I can and then step back.
You're able to do that. And as this creature lies before all of you, a soft voice says, "Is it dead?" From Mimbo. As we will now take this opportunity to take a brief 15-minute intermission. Thank you so much for being here, spirits. You have done a wonderful, lovely job. You got the big creature. Good job, everybody. We hope to see you back in 15 minutes. We should be back around the 6:30-ish mark. Thank you all for being here. It's been lovely having you. Don't forget, when we come back, you all did, when the whole party reached level 2, you did get the,
It's just prestidigitation.
Yep. Prestidigitation. That is something that you can use outside of combat as well, so just keep that in mind too. And with that, we will see you all back here in roughly about 15 or so minutes. Thanks, spirits and spectators, or specters and spectators. Specters and spectators, welcome back to Spirits of the Game. I hope we all had a nice break. Got some fluids, got some snacks. I wanted to quickly throw out some thank yous to Evelyn _1015. First time watcher, thanks for being here. We love to see it. Thanks for joining our Spirit audience. And also another recurring member, Voxney, thanks for being so supportive and ask and share us on social media. Really appreciate that. We're hoping our Spirit audience can continue to grow. So thank you all for being here. Pulling us all back, as we sit in the aftermath of this confrontation, our heroes, Bogarth, Varia, Nereus, Gertie, and Killian, all gathered around this mass of arms and feet, this creature. Mimbo sort of hesitantly wanders up, and Gertie sort of stands behind your leg, kind of holding on to it, sort of gazing on.
Bogart, do you want to help me go in and see if we can find Mimbo's friends?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Can we try to get in past the blob?
You're gonna need to come up with a creative solution to that one. The
You
normal
should put it
entrance
out off of fire, don't you think, guys?
Oh yeah, it's on fire.
Oh,
it is
yeah.
on fire.
It's on fire.
It
Hot
smells
to
rank.
trot. Hot to trot. Varia, as you are standing by this corpse, you can feel energy flow into you. The spirits have granted you an inspiration.
Woo!
Heck yeah. Oh, you just kind of crawled your way into this conversation.
That's what the Spirit Master is here for, so your voice is heard. All right.
So it's blocking the whole entrance
Yeah.
and on fire.
Yes, it is now some of the
Right.
wooden parts of the fort are starting to catch. The scene itself, as there's this dull twilight, is somber but satisfactory in the sense of you all sort of get this feeling to yourselves of you are in some way helping whomever this was pass on.
Right.
Bits of it burn away, parts of it start to fall off as you see these chunks of shoulders and different body parts sort of fall away.
Is it catching the fort on fire?
The fort is on fire.
Okay.
We need to put it out,
Can I-
guys.
yeah, I'm gonna-
I can't be me though. I will set ablaze.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast create or destroy water, and I'm gonna let it fall down as rain so that it can get the most area out of
No,
it.
that absolutely is a
Wow,
wonderful
that's
solution.
Awesome.
Varia. Yeah, you all see this mystical. Varia, do you want to describe this more?
Yeah, so I would like to take, it'll be a little bit iron tinted, but I think I would like to take some of the blood that is falling out of the blobness and the blobness monster and sort of expand on it and just kind of throw it out so that it rains all over. It'll be slightly reddish, but it'll do the job.
Yeah, you're definitely able to do that, and you sort of you definitely use the spell more from the water part of the blood, so there's only really a little bit of red splatters. The rest of it is just normal, rejuvenating rain. It puts out most of this fire, but part of the roof of the fort does fall in, allowing some of this smoke to begin escaping. You all witnessing Varia do this. This is again one of these sort of minor miracles where normal people can't just make it rain unless you're really yeah.
But it's coins, so it's really
It's
It's
painful.
rain.
Yeah.
It's
Make
just
it hail.
water.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Overall, it's bad, but in this case, it's very good. You, Gertie, you look down. You see Mimbo just sort of holding on to your leg. Again, there's a somber attitude, but also this acceptance.
I just feel like
Gertie has changed her mind a little bit of how she feels about Mimbo, learning that this is not a child. But this is like someone who exceeds her age by like 3 times. And it's a little bit
Only
weird.
3?
A little bit weirded out by this weird adult man-child. Yeah. I'll maybe just like pat. Is it bald? Like
No, it's furry.
Okay.
Like a squirrel.
I guess
Like a
I'll
squirrel.
just like pat the little head, and I'm not gonna say anything comforting because that's a grown man. So
Okay.
You're grown.
I'm imagining this sheep, and you just asked if it was bald, and I'm sorry, that's just really funny. Okay, sorry.
Michaela, I love how you are just immune to my like pathos, like just completely. Alright.
if a grown man wants to act like a little boy, that's on them.
Yeah, he's wearing like a cute little sailor's outfit.
That's
hanging out with kids.
embarrassing.
All right.
That was also my last spell slot.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make that con save. Just so that you are aware of it.
Yes. Let me know if anything happens. As you do that.
Definitely does.
Something happens?
Definitely
Okay.
does.
Great. Yep, you know. All right.
So after I kind of get the rain to fall, like I just kind of sink down to the ground. I don't look very good.
No, Varia, no! And I'll just go behind you and just kind of cradle you.
I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
Sure.
What's going on?
Yeah, does this happen frequently?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
I don't know. Would I have seen this? I don't think I've seen this.
The-
You're okay?
The kids are more important. We need to go.
Well-
This doesn't matter.
Okay, if you're
Well,
sure.
we can like all try and push the
Or-
corpse away
Smoldering
from
remains.
the doorway.
Yeah.
Or if
I'll
some of the
help.
wood is burned a little.
But it's not on fire anymore.
Yeah.
So
Do we
Might-
still
might
need to
be
bury
easier
this
to-
one?
To make a fulcrum.
what's that?
Yes.
Well, we put something
Oh.
to.
as best
make
we
sort of
can.
a lever.
We'll get there.
Well, I guess I have your shovel. So
Yeah.
I'll get started, and
The kids are more important. We need to focus on that right now.
Okay, let's put the shovel away.
There are living things. The dead we can tend to
I
later.
was gonna start digging a really big hole.
It is quite a large mass. But a lot of it is burned away. It's in a lot of pieces now.
I don't know if there still are kids to find, Barry. I mean, it kind of sounds like they were a part of that big guy.
Well, it came from somewhere down there, so there had to be space for it down there. So I think we should at least check.
Yeah.
Mimbo, do you
Yeah.
recognize his face? And I just point to the whatever's left of the
Yeah.
face.
The
But I'm assuming that Mimbo would have
stabbed.
seen the face before.
Yeah, there is like a look of recognition. As he just sort of somberly says, "That's Mia."
Well, it was.
Don't put a name to it.
It's like it's a person. Whoa!
For what it's worth, Ryan did have Mia on the clothespin in the fight.
True.
I don't know if anybody saw that, but
yeah.
but I did see it. Yeah,
On purpose, or
that's his name.
On purpose.
yeah.
I have blank clothespins.
Imagine that.
Well, all right.
All right. So, there's a variety of ways you could attempt to enter. You could try to crawl through the like sunken-in mass of this creature. You could try to go through the hole in the top. You could try to fulcrum your way in.
Well, I don't know about you guys, Bogart. If we could find another big rock, get some sort
Right.
of large stick.
I'm on it, and I will go search around for a rock.
Nice.
I'll assist him on this one.
I will save you the roll.
Oh.
Sans, you quickly realize going like over the fields and stuff. If Josh and the audience would imagine for me, when there's a video game where they use like the tiles for grass and it's just like copy and paste over and over again, that's a similar setup to what we have here.
Is it like nice grass? Or is it like Breath of the Wild grass?
It's a good-looking grass. Don't look too close at it, though.
Okay.
But there's a sense of repetition that you begin to see and understand that this is a created thing. In this tile, there are no rocks.
Well, I got another idea for it. Maybe we find a really large stick.
I look for a stick. Is there a stick in this tile?
There's a
fort or something.
there. Yeah, you can rip like a stick or like a tool handle from the fort because they've just been like.
If we're ripping stuff off of it, why don't we just rip a hole in it and get in that way?
We could also do that.
Could always fix it. So.
Yeah.
We're ripping a hole then, it sounds like?
I'm not against destruction of property.
Hold on. Mimbo, is it okay if we make our way in? You know what I mean?
Very subtle.
No. Part of like one piece of wood does fall in the background, and Mimbo like kind of jolts and like stares, and then he sort of like looks down, looks back up at you with his huge, massive eyes, my friends are more important than the fort. As long as they're still here, we can always remake it.
Right. Mimbo, I'm sorry. Last question. How many of your friends, how many friends did you have here?
Well, it depends. I typically get like one or two here. There's Mia, there's Borgin, there's Ayla, there's also,
I swear, if also is like also not birthin', I swear to God.
Used to bring his brother Not when he was younger.
Yeah.
Go on, Mimbo.
Continue.
There's another one. Let me think for a second.
You take your time with that. Yeah.
It's okay, Mimbo. Take your time.
Also sometimes brings his younger sister Mary. That's most everyone who comes through.
Brings like goes in and out.
Well, she's smaller. So he doesn't. She can't just like come by herself. Her parents don't let her.
So you go get her?
No. Also brings her.
Mm.
Those are my friends.
Well, we know what happened with Mia.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if
They're also they brought another new friend recently. Her name is, I think her name was Matilda. She was really cool actually. She had like this big shiny necklace and like these big bright purple dresses. She was really cool. Everyone was calling her a princess.
Oh.
How big was Matilda in correlation to the other friends that you've brought?
She's a little bit older.
Okay.
She's definitely older than Also. I think she was probably around the same age as Mia.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you. That's very good information to know.
Are you still trying to get in?
No, by now I busted a hole.
Yeah, you've definitely busted the hole.
He definitely got in.
The difficult thing was not busting the hole; it was keeping the rest of the fort from collapsing. But you're a skilled artisan. You've made a much cleaner doorway than children could ever make. on the opposite side.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a teenager doorway.
Yeah.
it's like a good 4 years older.
I'm a grown man.
So,
Adult. Why are you gaslighting me,
Teenager.
bro?
so I'm asking for the number because can you describe to me just one more time? So with Mia,
Yeah.
Mia was an amalgamation of a bunch of parts of people. Yeah.
Yes.
So then, I guess the reason I'm asking Limbo is, would it not be reasonable to assume that all of your friends were a part of this?
He starts to cry.
Okay. There. And Bogarth will stoop all the way down.
I just imagine you in frog position, your head is where your pelvis is. It's okay.
Very reassuring.
I'm sorry, Mimbo. I just want to be honest and real with you, but there is still a chance that your friends are out there, and we will look and find them if we can.
Okay.
I'll begrudgingly reach into my pouch and grab more candy.
I was gonna say.
Here, we'll look. Here's candy.
He takes it and quietly sobs and nibbles on it as he goes.
Oh God. All right, guys. Well, should we go in?
Yeah,
Yes.
Please.
after I've kind of rubbed my
Wildly.
temple a little bit just to kind of recover, I'm just walking in. Is there space for me to go? Can I go down there and check right now? I'm going down.
Are you okay? You look pretty bad.
I'm
just a second
fine.
ago.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
So it's mainly Mia was mainly blocking the main doorway. The hole into the rest of the fort is available for use.
I'm going.
I'll be right behind you.
White leaves
so I can
Mimbo, the
see.
spirits will prestidigitate some head paths.
Aw.
It's an old man.
But not Paul. We have clarified two things.
Yeah, fuzzy old man makes this so much better.
Is it fur or is it
Spirit
hair?
audience, Mimbo is appreciative as it turns to the hand and goes, "Thank you."
Yuck.
Gross.
I'll be right behind you, Varia, just so because I can't really. Well, is it light in there?
It's sort of dimly lit. There's so let me describe this to you as you all walk in. So as you come into this main area, in front of you is a large earthen room illuminated by several luminescent mushrooms. On the top level, the floor sinks into the lower area. The large root that crosses the upper level has vines hung along with ropes and branches to make a jungle gym, complete with monkey bars, rope swing, climbing net, and a large rock that is very well loved.
Oh.
There is also attached to this root, and in various points around this room, what appears to be hastily constructed bars and small, basically, cages.
Perfect.
Oh.
There is a scent of dried blood, basically, throughout. You can see, looking around, there's also some bits of paper scattered on the floor. There's a slide that goes from this upper level of this main area down to the lower level. There's a seesaw and some small ladders to navigate up onto this sort of jungle gym of the root. Off to your, as you enter, off to the west or to your left, there is a room that has these wooden bars sort of erected. Then there are two more rooms that are off from that lower portion of the room.
Is there any signs of life in here? I know there's a dull smell of blood, but can I hear anything?
You can roll perception for me.
While that's happening, I want to go. Is Mimbo following us?
Mimbo is not.
I want to go back upstairs and
I do have an inspiration.
Bring
Amazing.
Mimbo.
Okay.
Carry him like a little football.
Yeah. He's like fully sideways under your arm, just nibbling.
No, I'll bring him down while that's happening. So.
I did use my spirit inspiration to reroll that into a. You said perception. 23.
From the far sort of area lower down, you can hear some hushed like breathing and crying. Yes.
I mean, I would go.
Yeah.
Gertie, it sounds like they're down here.
I was, yeah.
Do you take the ladder or the slide?
The ladder. I'm like, Gertie's a little bit salty. This is like a grown little man building slides in blood cages. I think it's a little bit too much. But I'll let out a whistle, a good one, just to let them know we're here to help.
Yeah. The breathing and crying sort of stops as you wander into this room before you. Appears to be some sort of bedroom. There is a large like sort of pile of grass and sort of softer foliage with a big like quilted blanket on top of it. Next to it are several like smaller blankets and like pillows, and there's one hammock hanging from the ceiling. Immediately you all notice that something sort of shifts in the hammock as you enter in the room.
We're here to help.
Hello?
Don't be afraid.
A monster just came out of here. You sure you want to announce your presence?
It's fine.
I want to.
Crying, Bogart.
Can I sneak up on the hammock?
Yeah, go ahead and
I'm gonna sneak up on the hammock.
I don't think this is it.
Yeah.
Well, it is news.
Wow. Okay. That's gonna be an 11. But I am so small.
Yeah.
It's like Squidward walking.
You hear no response until nearest you start to try to like sneakily approach the hammock. And then you hear like the crying, and it's like, no, please just leave me alone.
You don't want help?
And you see this little tuft of blonde hair and these two little eyes pop out. Did you get rid of that thing?
Yeah, don't worry. We got it. Come down.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Ayla.
Ayla. We have been looking for you. We're here to rescue you, okay?
Are you with us, Kellyanne?
Yeah, I'm coming down behind you guys. Also, quick question: are the spirits still with us?
Oh yeah, the big
spirit. The spirits are always with us.
Yes. they just get manifest in a specific way in combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, Bogarth would just wave over Killian to bring Mimbo over so that Ayla can see a friend.
Yeah. Seeing Mimbo, Ayla definitely sort of like perks up, and they sort of like, and she sort of comes over to you all and like hugs one of your legs. And it's like, what we have to find Mia and also and Morgan.
Okay.
The most important thing is that we get you out of here, and then we'll go find your friends. Okay.
Okay.
Well, but hold on. It's a long way back, is it not?
No,
Mimbo pipes up. I can take her back home.
I don't know about that. We'll take her back.
Can I insight check Mimbo in this?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
I am like gripping him just in case.
I think that's an 11. Yeah, just an 11.
Mimbo is definitely hard to read with his like unusual anatomy.
Unusual.
But the person that is not difficult to read is Ayla. You can see definitely like Ayla gravitates towards Mimbo. There's definitely a trust there between the two of them. It is at this point there is a small noise that comes from your arm, Killian, as the alarm that you set back by the entrance into this like forested area goes off.
At the grave or at the archway?
At the archway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
The archway being, sorry.
Where you
The
entered,
entrance to
where
this
you
place,
first
where we
started.
To this.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
okay.
not to this. To the
No.
All the way back.
Very,
All
very
the way
first.
back.
Very,
Got it.
very first couple minutes of.
The thing that you
Of episode.
remembered you liked.
Got it. Yeah.
we may have company. Could be an animal. Could be something else.
Oh gosh. Should someone go check?
Well, little girl, is there more kids in here? Do you know?
Yeah, can we make like one more pass around?
I came to find Borgin and also and Mia.
Well, Borgin and also, have you seen them around?
I came here with Mimbo and we haven't seen them
Since how long ago?
since they went missing.
Oh, okay. Well, we should go.
That would have been good information to give us off the bat.
Yeah, we should get out of here.
Yeah. I guess if someone really is coming this way, that can't be good. And we gotta go that way to get out of here anyway.
Well,
right?
exactly. Would it be wise to take a child with us into possible combat?
Yeah.
But I don't want to leave the child here.
Well, it's not smart either way.
Ayla begins to call out, Mia, Borgin. Also, are you here?
We should probably be quiet for now because we don't know what else may be out there. But we will talk about it.
I'm
later.
here.
We'll talk about it later, okay?
Oh.
Where
Yeah,
did
you hear- that comes from sort of south across the way in the other room that's down here.
Yeah, look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume.
So
Looking
you
at all
peek
the
in
rooms.
to this room. In here you find there appears to be several shelves with a variety of like nuts and little bits of insects. From the ceiling hangs a single vine with a couple of small berries on it that seems to be mostly picked over. You see sort of behind one of these shelves pops out a small boy with dark hair, slicked back. He wears sort of like this loud collared shirt. Are you here to help us?
We
Yes.
are. What is your name?
I'm also
Also. It is so nice to meet you. Also.
Also, how is that spelled?
ALLSO.
Oh.
How many O's was that?
Two.
In my mind, there was a third one.
You see
I was
he
really
clutches.
upset.
You see he clutches in his hands some bits of ripped paper.
Those, that paper you're holding. Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, of course.
And he hands you.
Props.
If I can find the right props.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just give them all
No
out.
props.
Just we can take care of it.
We'll look through them, yeah.
We'll decide which ones.
You're in charge now.
He hands you a battle map.
Well.
Schematics for sewing people together.
And torn pages, Nereus.
Just a picture of Nereus.
Okay. Do you mind if I read this aloud?
Sure. I just grabbed it from the man who was here.
Is he
he
little
ran out.
and looks like a child?
No.
What is bald? Maybe.
He's in the. I think he might have been bald.
Oh, God.
But Mimbo is not bald, so we can
not
rule out Mimbo. To be clear.
Hearing this, I'll put Mimbo down.
What does it say?
Ellipses.
That's the tear in the page.
Tearing page. Hand was right. This town hasn't seen outsiders in weeks. It is quiet, and as long as I time things right, that bearded halfling won't catch a whiff of what I'm doing. The basement under the vacation estate has plenty of room, but it'll be difficult to get proper subjects down there without anyone that's torn. And the second one says, subject 2, young human male, age 13. Blonde hair, muddy brown eyes, leaner build, but not malnourished. He certainly seems to have a lot more spirit than the girl. That's everything.
What was the name that was in there?
Subject 2 is the only name that was given.
I thought you mentioned a different name, like Handle or something.
Someone from the town.
Hand. Something hand. It's kind of torn.
Okay, I understand.
Little boy, does that description sound like one of your friends? The blonde boy?
That would be Borgin.
Okay.
Have you seen him recently?
I did, yeah. A while ago, a couple of days, this scary, what I thought was a monster, grabbed me while I was coming out here, and he set me up, and he like points up to one of the cages that's underneath the roots, and there I was. Borgin and I were here in the cages. This was a few days ago. A couple times I saw Mia in the toy room, but he stopped letting me see her after he took Borgin in there.
He, as in the man?
Yeah.
Does he keep you in those cages very frequently, would you think?
Well, I was in there until that monster broke out. He had me in his arms, but I was able to get away when it came barreling out of the toy room.
Well, while we're having this conversation, can I take off from the group and just go be at the entrance watching for anything coming?
Yeah.
So the rumors were true. Somebody was both grave robbing and stealing children.
Wait, sorry, go ahead.
How often does this man come down here? Does he return often?
I've seen him several times over the past few days. I honestly wasn't down here too long before I was able to break away. I tried to grab a hold of his book, and that's what I got.
He left with this book. It's not.
I think there might still be some torn pages somewhere else. I ran down here to hide after that creature started rampaging around.
Right.
That was very smart also. Good job.
Yeah, I was able to stay out of sight until I heard Ayla get here, and then I think it chased her around, and I've been trying to just slip my way out ever since.
While he's talking, I'm gonna set an alarm in the hallway to come down here.
Yeah.
Do you still have Mimbo?
No, I dropped Mimbo, but Mimbo, all of us, the kids, they're all not gonna be triggering it.
Okay.
So,
Where are you putting it? At
like the doorway down into this cave section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the little
So close to you, probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah, probably like right next to you. I'll be
because
starting to set one
I'm
up.
in the fort looking out the direction that we came.
So just before the actual fort itself. Yeah.
Golgoth would like to ask Mimbo a couple things.
Yeah.
Mimbo, you created this space. Is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
Can others just come through here freely without you?
Well, I typically
have to close the door when I do, but when this all sort of started, Mia and Borkin and I, we were playing a game here, and I went to go. We were running out of snacks, so I went to go get some, and this adult asked if I would like to see a really big statue in the forest, and then I'd only heard from the other children. I don't really like adults usually, but he seemed nice, so I followed him, and then he disappeared, and then there was a loud thud, and there was this tall, huge monster that chased me. When I was finally able to come back, I came back with Ayla.
Well, I guess I'm just confused because you created this whole space. Did you create all of this fort? Did you create the objects in here?
Some of them. We brought in, he points like the food. Like we bring in the nuts. We do this.
What about the cages?
Those weren't here. It's been quite a few days since I've been back here. The last was like a day or two ago with Ayla when I ran away.
I guess I'm just confused because those cages can't just be brought through that tunnel that we crawled through, right?
I'm not sure.
Because otherwise, I mean, they must have been created in here, right?
Possibly, but either way, I think we need to get going.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the man who did all this is on his way in.
Yeah. Have I seen anything yet?
You haven't seen anything now.
I'm gonna just be like, come on, kids. Meaning also, and the little girl.
And Ayla.
Not Mimbo. And I'll,
Specifically not Mimbo.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being really particular.
yeah. And I'll take their hands.
She's
and
only
I'll-
got 2 hands. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll kind of like, come on, Scoot. Like, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
in
they're
the
inclined
middle
to
of
follow
the group of people. Like, so we're all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 actual kids.
The 2 real children.
Yeah.
And I would just like to add for flavor that Bogarth, who is normally very trusting of anyone, feels really concerned about this Mimbo character. Just- But are we going?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
I'll be right behind you. Could I set a trap on my alarm?
On the one here?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
So I'll, using some rope and the wooden stakes that I have, I'll fashion together a sort of mechanism where if my wire is stripped for the alarm, it'll let go and release and swing through and puncture whoever's going to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely do that. You make sure to like keep it unstrung before you get the children out.
Yeah.
As you're setting this up, as you like begin walking out, you sort of slip on some sheets of paper.
Okay.
Ooh. Nimbo just comes home to his fort. Bonk. Straight up puncture.
It would be like human, like man.
So his face.
Ooh, he's shorter than that, right?
At the top of his head, just make him bald.
America.
All right.
Okay, so I'll lose my wooden stakes, but gain papers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And as we're running, I'll.
Yeah, you're able to get
You're running and, like,
get the
wings.
kids out. Do you stop Mimbo from following you?
I want to grab Mimbo and bring him with us because I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you. I'm like,
Okay, football under the arm.
You're just jogging like
kicking.
Does
Old man.
Mimbo struggle at all, or is Mimbo just
Mimbo's along for the ride.
yeah.
You glean Mimbo trusts you now.
Oh, well, that makes
Use
one
that
of
to
us.
my advantage.
As we're running.
Yeah, you're sort of you get through the tunnel. You're back into the forest where you were previously, and you can kind of trace your way back if you want to the graveyard or back to the initial entrance with the archway of twigs.
I feel like we should go all the way. Archway of twigs.
Well, should we?
Whatever it is, if it's coming towards us,
We should try
it'll
to
be in a straight line. I think we should maybe go to the graveyard to avoid them.
and stay out of sight until we can figure out what is going on.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
So we'll head back to the graveyard then.
Yeah, so as you're sort of like moving through the underbrush, you're getting a chance to peruse these. Killian, if you would like to.
So the first thing I'll look at is the cool looking scroll.
Yep.
I'll recognize it's for doing magic, but as I struggle with doing magic, I'll hand it off to our miracle worker.
Yeah.
I think you should probably take a look at this.
What did you grab?
A set of papers.
A set of papers.
Set of papers. Okay.
Well, this is a scroll. It looks like a page torn out of a notebook.
Gotcha. I mean, I'll take it.
And then just reading through these, I guess I can read them aloud once we get to our destination, but you guys will see me having increasingly worse and worse frowny faces as I read. Just absolutely scowling.
You're able to sort of... I'd like everyone to roll stealth real quick, actually.
All of us?
Yes, please.
Before you do,
Ooh.
the spirits will enhance your stealth, veiling you in mist.
Can I re-roll then?
Go ahead.
Yeah, taking off the investigation.
It's not much better.
It just adds one, right?
Will you let me know when an hour is up?
Yes.
And also,
Yes.
this is only attack rolls, yeah? Okay.
Uh,
I don't remember off the top of my head.
yes, just attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. What can I get a sound off? Let me go this way.
Oh, yeah.
13.
13?
18.
21.
Come back to a nat 20.
Yeah.
25.
All right. Trying to keep like the children like hushed, but as comfortable as you can. You move into the graveyard. Everything here seems similar to the way you found it previously. You sort of have a moment to take a breather, if you would like.
I'm gonna go up to Nereus. Because I know that you have the orb. And I keep hearing voices from it. So I'm just gonna go up to Nereus and just say, Nereus, can I possibly... You know what? I just have an idea.
Oh, tell me, yeah.
I don't trust this Mimbo.
I'm gonna cover Mimbo's ears.
Oh, you have it! I wouldn't have said this if I...
Orb in one hand, the Mimbo in the other!
I really don't trust
Let's
Gertie.
rewind!
Yeah, Gertie seems
Mimbo looks up at you with
I just forgot
giant,
that you had him.
bulging orange eyes.
He squints.
I will... Okay.
An eyebrow raises off of his very small forehead.
I do have a pencil and paper if you want to discreetly write something.
Well,
down.
I would just like to walk it back and just say, do you mind if I just have a moment with you?
Without any...
Come here, Mimbo.
I'm gonna toss it. Can I hand it off?
Come here, you marmot.
Now, the earth will say, do you trust this Mimbo fella?
Not in the slightest, no.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing voices from this orb. What was it called again? Do you remember?
You don't have to whisper.
The
Well, I still
orb.
don't know.
I believe it was the orb of the spirit caller?
That
orb of
was the name,
Spirit
yes.
caller.
I feel like it keeps
Written in front of
making voices and sounds. I wonder if we can ask it something.
That's actually not a bad idea. Would you... Yeah. I think actually we should do that right
So
now,
I just-
away from prying eyes.
Right. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if perhaps they might
Just like-
know this Mimbo
Really prying
character's
eyes.
true intentions.
I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. I'm gonna call on the spirits. You call on the spirits.
Remind me,
how that works for us here?
As an action, a player character holding the orb of the spirit caller can expend 1 charge to peer into the orb for 1d.
S. So I believe it's a 6 right
So
now.
it's a D6 right now.
Let me read the chat for potentially useful information.
Yeah, so you might want to bring it up first.
Well, let me do
So
that.
this is our first time doing this. But basically, we have a little bit of a seance going on here, where Nereus is going to get to use this special feature of the Orb of the Spirit Caller to be able to wow, amazing.
Spirits.
To be able to channel y'all. So if you want Nereus to hear something, get ready, because Nereus is going to have just a few seconds to spat off as much as they can.
Yeah, and well, the Spirit Master will tell you some stuff.
Great. Nereus, have you rolled your d6?
Oh,
Yep, that's the way to do that.
3.
3 seconds. 3
All right.
whole seconds.
3
All right.
seconds.
Let me just
Are the spirits prepared?
Spirits, are you ready? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Speak your minds on Mimbo now. Creature powerful enough to.
That's it. You can finish the statement, but you can't look at it anymore.
Creature powerful enough to create a pocket dimension can be very shady. I agree.
Yeah.
I relayed all this.
Right. Huh. Well, I was hoping we could get something a little bit more definitive. But
Well.
it just seems that they just share our sentiment.
Well, that's good. We have support from
Validating.
something
From elsewhere.
elsewhere.
Okay.
Beyond.
I'll come back over with him.
Hello.
What's
is
going
yours.
on here?
Well, I guess we're done.
I'll put him down.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, just pleasantries.
Nothing, Mimbo. Don't worry about it.
Please wear sunglasses.
We'll poke someone's
Do you just
eyes
have like
out.
a really big blindfold?
like a blanket.
You're looking for a blank.
Oh god.
Alright, I will dismantle my alarm that's in the graveyard since we're here already. Take back all the materials.
With the 2 little kids, while like we have a second here in the graveyard, I'm just gonna like kind of straighten them out and like ask them like, "Are you guys hurt?"
Yeah, Ayla seems to have like some like bruises, look like hands on her arms. Also seems to be okay for the most part, but Ayla is definitely a little bit injured.
Okay. Well, I'll straighten her out. Put her hair, flatten it.
Yeah.
Like a mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Like.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure she's okay. And then I'll be like, go see that woman with the hat. She can maybe help your bruises. Oh, just kidding. You can't right now, probably. Just, but eventually.
Not that we know that yet, but I know.
Yeah.
I can do something. Send him over.
Yeah. Give her good vibes, of course.
Yeah, they can make their way over to you. They look a little bit more hesitant with you.
Yeah. I'm tall and pale and I don't look good.
Yeah. Ill.
I'm like a little ill.
Sure, you don't need some help, lady?
That's a whole different story.
Whole nother game.
Okay. I'm sitting on the ground, so I'm a little shorter at this point. Come on. I'll fix you.
okay.
I'll fix you right up.
Come over to you.
Okay, so I have an herbalism kit, and with my race, I have proficiency in an herbalism kit. I just don't remember exactly what the herbalism kit does, but I would like to try to use that.
Yeah, I believe it's.
Look it up.
Yeah, I believe it's a medicine kick. I will also remind you we are using exhaustion casting.
Yeah, well,
Ooh, yeah.
that is true.
Is using a kit though like a spell or just?
No,
like
it's not a spell.
Yeah.
It has just a certain number of uses. The kit contains a variety of instruments such as clippers,
Oh.
horn pestle, pouch, blah blah blah. Proficiency with this kit lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to identify or apply herbs. Also, proficiency with this kit required to create antitoxin and any potion of healing. So what I would say here is you could potentially attempt to like apply some herbs for some like beneficial effect. That would be the route I would go. But I would say it'd be like it would probably be a nature check, adding your proficiency, basically,
I'll do that.
for the kit itself.
Okay. Then I will do that. Does it use up is it the healer's kit that has like a set number of
It charges effectively.
but the herbalism kit doesn't?
It doesn't say, it doesn't say it does, yeah.
Okay, so it is a nature check plus proficiency?
Yep.
Okay. With my nature die. Nature is looking like 18.
18? Yeah. So you sort of help like bandage her arm. You get some rank smelling like weeds or something from your pack, wrap it up, smear some dirt on it. She kind of winces a little bit.
It'll help. It'll help. I promise.
I know what I'm doing. Dirt's good for you.
That's why they say rub some dirt in it.
Walk it off.
So, yeah, you are able to successfully do that. She doesn't look like immediately better, but from your experience, you figure this will probably help in the long run.
Yeah, and just some like pats on the back. It'll be okay. We'll get you out of this.
Yeah. From here, we've had this little conversation. Do we want to move towards the sort of stick arch?
Have we seen anything?
You have not
come through
seen
here?
anything so far. Everything seems pretty similar. I would also base...
additional alarms been tripped.
What?
Nor have additional alarms been tripped.
Exactly.
Well, but he just yeah.
I disabled the one at the graveyard.
Graveyard specifically.
where we're at, but the one in the
Yeah, I
convention,
would also say, based on us taking that little bit of time, I would give you all the benefits of a short rest if you would also desire. So a little bit of chit-chatty, non-violent stuff happening.
During that time, I'll ask Nereus, could I see the papers that you had?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to tell anyone anything, Killian, now would be a great time.
Okay.
I have long arms. I'll just let the kids like sit in my lap or something.
They uncomfortably do so.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm a little bony.
I'm a little bummed.
uncomfortable.
Wherever you want to be, whatever.
Whoever this man is despicable.
Indeed.
It's been a long time since I've wanted to hurt somebody this bad.
What'd you find out?
Well, there's another page about a different subject, one of the young males, and then some observations which are very disturbing. I could read them to you if you like, but I'm not sure it's for the kids to hear, to be honest.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
What did the other kid look like?
He was 9 years old, brown hair, dark brown eyes, apparently a little stouter than the others.
Based on context clues, you can figure that this is talking about also.
Oh.
Who's with us?
Yep.
And alive.
Got one.
OMG.
So then I'll ask. Also, did he do anything to you?
Not a lot, really. He put me in the cage, but he wasn't. He left me there for a really long time. I fell asleep, and then he came back later, and that's when the monster got out of the toy room, and I grabbed the paper when it broke my cage.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Let's get you home to your parents.
So should we start moving back towards
Yeah,
I think so.
arch?
definitely.
Okay, come on, kids. Hands.
Limbo goes to like give a hand.
I take Mimbo.
Yeah.
Football, all right. So you all make your way from the graveyard back to this little area with a little divot that goes then back to that twig arch on Drake's property. You see, Killian, that the mud has definitely left 2 adult-sized boot tracks where there's a small little twink in the wire of your alarm. Don't do it.
We gotta save And
More concerned about the large twinks.
okay, and so it seems like they went on through this little twig arch. It looks like the tracks leave the forest, not entering it, but leaving it.
Well, it looks like we're chasing him instead of avoiding him.
Yeah.
But it was just the adult size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. As you hold on 1 second. Nope. That is.
Nope. Don't hold on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. We're good.
Cool.
Now hold
We're
on.
good. We're good. Can I see what I gave you, actually, Killian?
Yes.
I just want to double check that you have what I need you to have.
That was the game-winning paper you had right there. I hope you memorized all of it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
We've got him now, boys.
Great. Now we're good. Okay. Yes. Yes. Where were we? As you approach the arch, Nereus, Mimbo starts to wriggle and be like, no.
No, why no?
I can't leave the forest.
Why not?
Doesn't matter. Leave him here. We gotta go.
I throw him back.
Face first into the mud.
Would I have heard you guys saying that you had your reservations about Mimbo?
We probably would have done it.
You could probably tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we probably still would have done
Gertie.
it sort of secretively just to be away from...
Okay. Would you have told me?
I probably would have.
Okay.
But I mean, there wasn't a lot to tell, so I probably would
Sure,
have just...
like,
I will
kinda
say,
shifty.
definitely, Bogarth is a very friendly guy, and it's very not friendly attitude towards Mimbo. It's pretty obvious
Okay.
Yeah.
to everyone but Mimbo.
Right
enough.
before we leave Mimbo,
Almost everyone.
I'm incredibly tired, but everybody seems to have reservations about this guy, kid, question mark. So I'll just
This guy.
I'll take the last
No questions. Adult man.
the last bit of energy I have
Even know
and
what this
um,
is.
Like 6
cast detect evil and good.
Oh.
On Mimbo?
Yes. Well, I think
Or it's just a general you detect?
I believe it is
Class feature.
it's just a spell. Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
Yes. So
So now I have
effectively,
point of exhaustion.
this is where we enter this sort of like weird, like I've tweaked some things, but effectively, Mimbo is a fae.
Okay.
But that technically, for our purposes, means he's a spirit. If you're, does it say alignment or just those kind of creatures?
I do not remember, but let me see. It says, where the creature is located. Similar, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. Yeah, that's it. And then just what it can penetrate. But
Yeah.
not alignment,
No. So Mimbo is fae, or effectively a spirit.
okay, but I don't gain anything past just fey.
Yeah.
You detect him. He's Mimbo.
He's Mimbo. Hi everyone, I'm Mimbo. The Mimbo Show. All
They
right.
found me.
I'll just sort of
Yeah.
Oh my god.
just sort of take a deep breath and like sink into myself and rub my forehead again and continue on. I'll tell them later.
Great. So as you you all make your way back through this moldy, leaf-filled tunnel, the damp smells. You get back to the archway on the other side, and you come back to the town of Two Nights Rest.
And we're just leaving Mimbo.
That's my impression.
I threw him.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any other
I'll
alternative.
speak in a language most of you probably can't understand.
What language?
You'll detect it if you can. Just
I need to know
Or
what
you're
language it
gonna
is.
Are you gonna
say
speak
it.
it? Accurately?
In
Celestial, yeah.
Sylvan.
Sylvan,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah.
know Sylvan.
You do.
Yeah.
Must.
Then I'll tell him, be good. We may be back. Stay put.
In Sylvan, he responds, okay.
And then I'll quickly grab all the stuff for my alarm, pack it in, and
you look over your shoulder as you like crawl through the tunnel, and there's just like this effect on his like body. If you have like a color changing fabric or like one of those like shifting like pictures that they used to print in like Happy Meals and stuff, where it's like as you get further away, his like form fades and fades till it just looks like an empty forest behind
Until
you.
he's an old man who's bald.
He passed that day.
Oh no!
On to the spirit realm.
Where he belongs.
I mean, guys, are we pretty sure that there's no more kids in there, like in Nimbo's little world?
I mean,
Because maybe we should try and tear down this enticing little archway.
maybe. I will say that there were also those footprints and the person that set off the alarm. I know that right now we need to prioritize saving these kids and getting them home safely. But we should probably check that out in the morning, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't imagine it's...
No, it is like the middle of the night. The moon is high in the sky, lights are out. You see just one singular like torch bearing individual just walking around the town. A lovely bald, bearded, half
Mimbo!
No, it's Bert. Close.
Okay, kids. Do you want to go home?
They both nod.
Yeah. Let's take you guys back to your parent and never, ever go back there. Does not matter.
They nod vigorously.
Yeah.
You don't need to convince them.
Okay, let's go back home.
Who are you taking home first, Ayla or Also?
Do I know which one has been gone for longer?
Also's been gone for longer.
Okay. Let's start with Also.
We know where Ayla lives because we talked to Jeremiah and Selah.
And we know where the Berthans are, right?
We don't know who. We don't
believe so.
Do we know who Berthan?
You have not met
Yeah.
the man formerly known as Berthan.
No, but we met.
But you do know his shop and where it
we
is.
also met Also's brother.
No.
Yes, not.
He
Oh,
drove
right.
us in.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So wait, that is canon.
Yep.
What is?
That their names are not and Also?
Birth.
I was joking. Would have made that suggestion.
The new one is could be.
Possibly.
Who's on first? What's on second? Also's on third.
Okay.
So upset.
Come on, guys. Let's take Mr. Also back to.
Or we could also just like split also and split up and do it. I mean, if it's the middle of the night
Yeah.
in town.
So from where you are, the Barleys, Jeremiah and Selah's is like technically a little bit farther, but it's on like the further side of town versus like you can go on our wagon wheel. You're coming down here. The Berthans is over here, and the Barleys is right here.
I feel like we should stick together if there's that man.
I also agree.
Yeah. So are we going Berthan or Barley?
Berthan.
Which
sure.
kid is younger?
That's a good question.
Get them to their
scared.
parents
Yes.
first.
Also is younger.
Okay.
I
Also.
think also.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
So you go over to the Berthan's shop. You get another look at it. It has sort of this like, I wouldn't say raggedy, but sort of askew sign. That definitely has like a storefront where there's like a counter, and it's now like there's cloth drawn over it so you like can't see inside. Behind that store is in another small little house and like a stable where the horse and Knott's cart is. You go up to the door of the house and you give a knock, knock, knock.
Clank, clank, clank.
Yeah. Oh, Tamla, who on earth is it? Well, you know, Tom, there's been all those sorts of children missing. It could be Also. You're right. And then
The door swings open. A man stands before you wearing a black velvet vest, a white, beautifully collared shirt, dark brown slicked back hair, brown eyes, a twirly little mustache, throws open the door. Who are you?
Go on, go.
Oh, my boy! And he like picks him up and scoops him up. You then see a woman with similar dark hair put up in like sort of like a side ponytail. There's like bits of gray in there. She looks like she's probably a little bit older than this man. She comes over and kisses him. You assume that this is Berthan and his wife, the father and mother of also.
What was his wife's name? Did you say?
They have not said yet.
Okay.
You could ask. Berthan immediately is like, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, come inside. Come inside. He like lights a little lamp, and you can see they have, definitely compared to what you've seen so far, this is probably one of the nicer places in this area. They have a nicely furnished like little dining room. He starts like pulling out like this kettle and starts starting a fire on the furnace to get the kettle going. Please.
Hold on. We also found another child. We can't stay and chat. We should probably return her home as well.
Oh, of course. Well, if you need a place to spend the night, you can absolutely spend it here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
yes.
But before you go, can I just get your names?
I am Bogarth. It's so nice to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you, Bogarth. Thank you for saving my son.
Varia.
Wonderful to meet you. Thank you for saving my son.
Nereus.
Nereus, it's wonderful to meet you. Thank you for saving my son.
Gertie Bobbins.
Gertie, a pleasure. Thank you for saving my son.
You can call me Killian.
Killian. All right.
Well,
yeah.
Does he look like it's the middle of the night? Does he look like he just hopped out of bed?
He
or
has
he
like a
been
little.
awake?
He has like a little like sleeping
Oh.
cap on. His vest definitely looks like it was like hastily thrown on.
Okay.
You
That's
taking
good
a guess,
observation.
he probably cares about appearances, at least to some degree. It's wonderful to meet you all. My name is Tom Berthan. If you need anything, please
Can I just?
Well,
can I roll insight on this guy?
roll inside. Go ahead.
We can come back and fill you in on whatever happened
Please,
to your
by
son.
all
Yeah.
means.
What is my?
Just
what
keep
is
an eye
my
on him for now.
exhaustion?
Yes.
Oh, I will not be letting this little rascal out of my sight. I'm just glad he's not hurt.
Great.
Not physically.
Oh, and this is my wife, Temla.
Temla.
She's like holding like this small like probably toddler aged little girl.
Uh-oh. There's another one.
Could be.
Could be.
I rolled because I now have a point of exhaustion. A 6 on insight.
Tom Berthan is a very charming man.
Nice.
He is well kept. He is handsome.
Ooh, sounds good.
And he is taken.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
All right, you make your way from
me before.
you make your way from the Berthans over to the Barleys. Unlike the Berthans where the lights are out, the lights are on here. As you knock on the door, there is like no hesitation as the door swings open, and you see like the disheveled, grumpy face you remember of Jeremiah. What do you all want?
Go on, go.
Oh, Ayla. And he like scoops her up and just like balls. Just absolutely balls.
Told you.
You ever seen a grown man
Literally.
cry? You're welcome.
We are the best. I wasn't lying.
He like
We're the best.
he picks her up and he just looks at all of you. He just says, "Thank you."
Anytime, mister.
Bogarth will, in particular, just stand next to him, look at him, and just say, "You're welcome, friend."
Oh.
He hesitates. And he doesn't say anything.
Nah.
It's okay.
You're like, I rolled to
okay.
attack.
Let me rephrase that. He looks like he's about to object, and he stops himself.
That's good.
Let's rephrase it. It's
Progress.
not. Yeah, progress.
Reframe.
He closes the door, and you're left on the Barley's property. An offer from Berthan to spend the night, if you so desire.
I mean, we are all worse for wear. We should
Well,
take a
some of
load
us
off.
more than others.
Has an hour passed?
An hour has passed. Yes.
Okay. I look a little better. But not by much.
Not that much.
Do you want some water or something?
Can we get you anything?
Some
I would
candy.
A
really,
little large.
really like to sleep.
Just sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is
Yeah.
good. Yes.
We should probably sleep.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
All right. So we'll head over back to the Berthans.
Yep. You come, and there is like tea set out for all of you at this table. A woman who now Tom refers to as Temla has like set out like little bedrolls for y'all. She's like, I brought a kit for you all to wash if you need it. You'll have to forgive me. I need to put Mary back to bed.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yes.
Mary.
Feel like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna step back outside and alarm any entrance window or
Yeah.
door.
You absolutely can do that. Don't take the kids. Don't take the kids. All right.
You said there was just tea out?
Yeah.
Is there like, what's the seating arrangement looking like?
It's like they have like a kids table like set up against their normal table with like some like hobbled together chairs. They like brought in one from their like sitting area. They have like these lace placemats set out.
Okay.
It's sort of like they have enough space for probably like 7 people at like the main table, and then like another 3 on the smaller table.
Cool. He'll Bogarth will go up to a seat where there's tea, and he'll just, is that tea?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yes.
And he'll sit down, and he'll cross one leg over the other like on his knee, and he'll grab and have a pinky up.
Oh no.
And he'll just, what did Evandal say? Is this Earl Grey?
No, but close. It's chamomile.
Oh, that was the
Yes,
other one I was
got it.
going to say.
I got a great deal on it. It's actually originally from Durast. I got it imported here.
Whoa,
Yes, I have some lovely, lovely friends.
that's awesome. I've never had tea before. This is amazing. Is it amazing? Is
It's
it good?
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Great. It's
you feel
amazing.
Makes you feel a little bit more tired already. So please tell me, as he like sort of sits at like the head of this table, perched. How'd you find also? What happened to him?
With all due respect, can we talk in the morning?
Absolutely, as he sort of gets up in one motion.
If y'all want to stay up,
Maria, I have
I'm
to
going to
finish my
bed.
tea.
It would be very rude not to.
The spirit's saying, get a nappy.
Yes, I agree, but I must finish my tea. Will anyone else join me for tea?
yeah.
I'll join you
I'll
for
just
tea.
I'll just crush
Absolutely.
it. Just
I see you all need me. Again, we will speak in the morning, and I will show you my thanks.
What the?
What?
I'm surprised you're not just like pouring it in your gills. Like,
What? Hey.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you would never have really drunk liquid like this before.
This is very
Holy crap.
It's
I mean, you are like a little parched.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, it's very
Do you
warm.
mind?
Oh, is that the proper way to do it? No, this doesn't feel right at all. I don't think Evandal wrote about it like this.
It's very hot. It has a very distinct taste. It's like very unusual water, like murky, like you might, murky water to you, Nereus.
What, you don't like it?
So good.
Roll deception.
they're just like,
It was so close to being in that 20. Deception. That's a 10 on deception.
You don't have to drink it. It's really fine. Would you like just some water, or?
Actually, yes. Water would be fantastic.
And he goes and there's a well bucket, and he sort of scoops them out and just gives you a mug.
Yes, thank you.
It's rancid.
Yeah, he instinctively sort of looks away back at Bogarth. Well, I'm glad you like it.
It's fantastic. Let me know if you ever get your hands on some Earl Grey. I've heard that's the best.
Yes, I'm sure I could. I'm sensing some tension here. I'm sure you're all a little tired. I'll just leave you to it. And he walks upstairs.
Great.
Good night.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Tom?
Yes!
Where are we sleeping?
And he is sort of gestures to the sort of sitting area, which has now been set up with there's several bedrolls, enough for each of you.
Great.
Yeah.
Gertie will take off her boots and keep her hat on, but just over her face, and just go to bed immediately. Had a big one.
Yeah.
Big day. Yeah.
I just imagine as you get into bed. Yeah, anyways.
And with great whistling.
Yeah. Gillian, what were you gonna say?
I took my backpack off and just conked out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
weight from your shoulders.
Sort of sit up in my bedroll, and I'm gonna take out a red book. This says Lord of the Swords on it.
Aww.
And by the dim light of his sigils, I'm just gonna read a little bit before
From
I...
your tent. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. He's used to this.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit before I go to sleep.
Absolutely. And with that, we are all going to long rest.
Yeah.
As you conk out, you take a good, not really a power nap, but a long rest.
Nereus, the spirits will whisper, head pats.
I pick up the orb. The wet fish hand.
You get what you get, spirits.
They wanted.
Yeah.
Nereus, knock that off. I'm trying to read.
Yeah, you just kind of.
You're just
My back
in the
is
corner.
turned to you and you just hear.
Oh my goodness! That is not very gentlemanly at all! Have some respect.
Looks
for the
enviously with the
Birthings.
metal hand.
Sucks when you're right-handed, man. They could have taken the other and they didn't.
Nope.
Anyways.
Nope.
Didn't need this one.
So. As
A long rest, am I right?
Yeah. True.
as the sun pours in through the window, you're all sort of begin waking up, dusting off the sand from your eyes, and you see that Temla is already hard at work preparing a breakfast. You see the carriage driver you saw before not sort of trying to tie up a little sort of bolo tie in the reflection of one of their panes of glass of their windows. You see Tom now fully done up, tailcoat, big ruffled sleeves. He has a sort of red pin attached to his lapel. You see also that there's a little girl, which you all know now to be Mary, sitting at the table, sort of sloppily eating some sort of yogurt-like substance. You see also just very happily just sitting,
Oh, awesome.
taking in his family. As you all begin to sort of make your way out of the sitting area, they try not to disturb you. But Tom's wonderful, you're all awake. Not, please, start setting up the shop for me. We need to open promptly, but we can take a little bit of time. But please, I need to speak with our most esteemed guests. Guests! Bogarth, Varia, Nereus, Gertie, Killian.
Wow, good memory.
Very good memory, yes.
Hello.
Good morning.
Is there
How did you all
somebody
sleep?
Were your bedrolls comfortable enough? I'm sorry, but we don't have any extra beds here.
More than comfortable. Perfect.
Good. So, I hate to hasten your morning, but I am just curious. Where exactly did you find also? I know Bert went looking for all the children and wasn't able to find them.
Well, there was a kind of a spirit in the forest.
Oh, really?
Very friendly. Not the problem with the kids, but
Oh, maybe.
possibly.
Maybe the problem with the children. Okay.
Jury's still out on that one.
Jury is still out. Lovely,
We
lovely.
received some disturbing papers, which I'll show you if you'd like. They're very disturbing.
Maybe not in front of my children, but
There's a bad man taking advantage of that spirit's place that they were hanging out with the kiddos.
Oh gosh.
do you have any descriptors of this man?
No. Your kid might.
Also says, he was bald.
Clocked.
Peculiar. Well, I hope it's not Bert, because that would be awful. Anything else?
Tom.
Yes.
Was there a kid in town named Mia?
Was?
Oh.
Yes.
Something happened, but I don't want to describe it in detail in front of your kids.
That's okay. Yes,
But it is important that you know the details because I think that
yes, let's take this into my shop. He leads you out, and you go into Berthan's sort of little stand-up store here. As he brings you inside, there appears to be sort of a room in a horseshoe shape where he has one wall that faces out towards this little like stand area, and the other wall appears to be mostly storage with a small little sitting area and just several like papers strewn about. He sort of takes a seat at the table, and you all kind of have to like make your way set up. He dismisses Not from there, and he says, "Okay, so Mia was the daughter of Myrnia and Yenna. They are two folks who run the orchard here in town. It's unfortunate to hear of that she is no longer with us. But she was the first one to go missing, so I can't really say I'm all that surprised."
Thankfully, I think Mia's moved on to a better place now.
Well, that's good. That's very good.
yes, but I think it's important to discuss the nature of what happened.
It's a bit
Well,
grotesque.
I don't want to go into all the gory details.
According to this person was doing scientific experiments on these kids. And applied some sort of catalyst that caused them to turn into what I can only assume was a malevolent, in combination with pieces of corpses that we found. And it was made of 2 kids, unfortunately, not just one.
Maybe
It was
more.
it was 2?
Well,
As
that we
far
know
as
of.
I can see, it was 2. Could have been more, but this is a very sick individual who is harming these children,
Yes,
taking advantage of their situation with the forest.
do we know who, any descriptors? I know Jack seems very convinced that the perpetrator is Alice because of their heritage.
So, in those notes, it specifically says they're going to keep trying to use Alice, or whoever the half-orc is, to take the blame for this tragedy.
That would sound like Alice.
So I believe that they are...
Not Alice.
It is not Alice. We believe it is a man, and think they're using their estate to do so, to do these experiments.
Always as a man.
And it does seem like whoever this person is that is doing these things and, doing these experiments on these kids, they seem to be probably pretty powerful. The space that we entered, created by the spirit that we found, it was not easy to get into there. And yet, all those things in there were created by this spirit. But the cages were not created by that spirit. Which means that whoever else did this either took a hold of the space that they made and hijacked it. Or they were powerful enough to bring some really big cages into tiny tunnels.
Awesome 3A.
Maybe it was like an IKEA cage where they like the pieces and constructed it.
You guys got IKEA here too?
Yeah.
And that mostly because of
you've come to the right place. He motions to his shop. You see, sort of facing the little stall area, he motions this big, grandiose painting of what appears to be a picture of some sort of battle where there is. I wouldn't say it's gruesome, but it's very stylistic, where there's a big theme of like red and like this river of red flowing through it. He says, well, I will say I'm not sure how much help I can exactly be, but I do have I'm privy to some knowledge more than others here, as I'm on the edge of town and I send not every now and again for shipments and supplies.
I believe you've gotten some of mine before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would not be surprised. I do a lot of business in the City of Values.
Wait, Killian, you run a business?
Well, I run a forge.
Oh.
Not too far from here, but I came with not to get here, so, and Gertie.
Mm-hmm.
Could you, not right now, but at some point sharpen my blades? At some point.
Hand them over now, I can do it while we're talking.
Yes! Sorry, continue.
No, by all means, I admire an artisan's work.
You were saying?
Yes. I know that all of you came into town yesterday. I also know there was another gentleman who entered. I didn't get to speak with him much, but he came through. I'm not sure if he's still here, but I saw him enter last evening. In terms of if the one descriptor we have to go off of is bald individuals.
Bald, yes, bald.
Bert is fully bald, but I do trust Bert farther than I can throw him, which is not very far. And the Duke is also showing some lapse of hair.
Bit of MPB, if you would.
Male.
So it's male pattern baldness.
Okay, good. I'm glad you clarified, because I wasn't really sure.
Does the Duke live in the vacation estate?
Yes, currently he does.
That is unfortunately a lot of coincidences lining up.
Oh. Well,
I think we gotta go talk to this Duke fellow.
Might not be a bad idea. At this point, you all hear some sounds of yelling, some stomping, some as you turn and look out of this little slot through which the stand, you can see sort of the rest of the town. You see there is a group of about 6 or 7 folks who are now walking towards one of the buildings towards the edge of town. You'll recognize this is where Bertha previously pointed to, where she and her daughter Alice live.
Yeah.
They seem to be making a ruckus. They have some sharp objects in hand.
Torches?
No, it's the day. No torches. Just some sharp pointy sticks and pitchforks and the like.
Tiki torches. Sorry.
And before I say anything else, is there anything you want to mention?
Oh yeah. Wait, I probably don't look good, right?
Yeah, there's
still
a
look bad,
specific
right?
thing that happened.
I forgot.
Not a
I did too until this moment.
Would this be a good time to do Killian's thing?
What's Killian's thing?
Oh yeah, my arm will glow with some sort of element, perhaps.
So you'll feel the slight twinge of a chill on your shoulder
Let me
socket
pull it up here.
as frost begins to form on the outside of your gauntlet. The spirits have chosen cold for your infused element.
Appreciate it.
So this is the.
And I'll say, thank you, sister.
Oh, is that like a special way to sharpen my blades? With the cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Here, I'm already done.
Thank you.
You get a +1.
I can also. I thought it was.
Damage and rolls.
All right.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure. It's
Give me just
4.
10 seconds here, folks. Here's what I have. I believe it's the top one.
Oh yeah. For 4.
Nice. They don't look well. Anything else peculiar?
Well, I don't look very good. I look as bad as I did the night before, but I had recovered a little bit the night before. But I'm just like constantly rubbing my head and just like I've been pulling my hat down a lot today, kind of covering up. Not really looking at anybody.
Yes. So, with various sort of interesting mannerisms, your frosty gauntlet, some new information on our heads,
Fist of Frost!
and some angry villagers storming the farm. This is a great time where we will wrap for the evening, and we will pick back up next Sunday. There's unfortunately no level up tonight, but I want to thank you all, spirits and spectators. Specters and spectators, oh my gosh.
One of these days.
Spirits, specters, and spectators for being here. We've had a lovely stream. Thank you for all your support, helping out the party, and we hope to see you all next Sunday for the epic conclusion to our pilot season. Thank you, everybody.